And we are back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My thunder has been stolen by my co-host and employee of the month, Rob M. Symes. Welcome back, Rob.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome to the Honest Wargamer.
My
I'm
name
your
is
host,
Jacob.
Rob.
I'm Rob. My name is Rob.
My name's Rob.
Hello,
this is
I'm
Jacob Berry, and we're live at Nashcon 2019 in the sunny state of Tennessee.
Hell yeah, baby!
Oh, baby. And we're here to bring you Game 3 of the Nashcon Age of Sigmar tournament. Not a grand tournament.
It is a grand tournament.
I mean, it is, yeah.
It's grand. It's been grand so far.
It's so grand. The grandiest.
The grandest. In the great state of Tennessee.
Yeah. So we're here to bring you Game 3. We'll get to that in a moment. Of a 5-game tournament. So we'll be here tomorrow as well. So if you enjoyed the coverage today, make sure you tune in tomorrow.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. How are you doing, Jacob? You've done 2 games already.
I'm doing
You're into
terrific.
Game 3. How'd you feel?
You know, I don't think I played my best rounds 1 and 2, but round 3, I'm going to peak, baby.
So we're going to start getting into the nitty gritty of games. So it's going to start being a bit tense. But that's why we've decided to get a man on who is not tense. But before we get to the game, let's have a look at the hall, and you can see what it looks like to play
whore?
The hall. There you go.
The whore?
So you can actually see on the left, and great work there by Colin. The army's already deploying. We'll get to the game in a minute. But that's what it looks like. I know you've already done some infield reporting, Mr. Jacob Berry, but that's what it looks like in a gorgeous hall full of heroes.
Heroes, American and otherwise.
American, Canadian,
G.I. Joe,
Mexican,
a real American hero.
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rico is American.
Wow, someone should tell your president. Right, so.
That hurts so much.
Right, let's go to the
Thanks
tabletop.
for tuning in. We're signing off now.
Oh, no, yeah, right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so this is the map for Total Conquest.
The scenario that we're playing.
In case you don't remember Total Conquest, because it sounds so much like a different scenario that we always play, Total Commitment, this is the one where you score 1 point for scoring an objective, and you earn a second bonus point if you take it off your opponent.
Yeah, so what is really interesting about this is 24 inches apart.
Wait, but how far is this?
If
this is a right angle.
Yep. Then that is 22.7 inches apart.
Which I would just describe as the better part of 22.8 inches.
I see. You, me, and Nathan Prescott both. Or trio, or I don't know. Anyway.
A Ballage à Trois, if you will.
Yeah, so the objectives, you can see the white dots here. And what you do is you score a point for each one you hold at the end of your turn. However, if blue are holding this top objective here, and then red come along, and then they take it, they
with
get
green.
They get an extra +1.
Outstanding, which is actually 2 if my quick math served me.
Correct.
Hashtag shout out to Big Shaq.
So what you don't want to do is have small units that trade, and instead
are never hot.
No. Instead, you either want to hold an objective really well, or you want to take an objective really well, so it can't be taken back off you. One
agreed.
of the two.
Completely agreed. Absolutely.
Completely agree.
It's like you've read a book and understand the math behind it. So let's talk about what we're playing today.
Let's look at that tabletop.
Outstanding.
Sweet tabletop. We've had a chance during the in-between rounds
to swap out the terrain. Brought to us by Anthony Polcastro, who's been printing it, and David Griffin, the TO, who's been painting a lot of it.
Big thank you to him. So I think we've
and
got
big
the
shout out, by the way,
Colin.
to John and to Colin running the booth and the table boss, doing a great job.
He is doing a really great job.
Yep, he's never skipped anything of note.
There we go. So we're onto the tabletop. So the blue LED lights you can see are, whitish,
objectives.
greenish at the minute. LED lights you can see are our objectives. And as at the top you can see, that's...
Bill is deploying some more of his
But Bill's
his
at the bottom.
That's Bill.
Yes. Bill is at the bottom and Vince is at the top with his Slaanesh, right?
Yeah, so it looks like we've got... so what's great about Bill's list is it is a Ghoul Patrol list with an important Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, another important Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, and this is in Gristlegore. Then he's got a...
Wait, a Gristlegore Flesh Eater Corpse army?
Yeah, with a battalion to reduce the drops.
The only way this could be shocking to me is if it is for some reason a Ghoul Patrol battalion.
It, in fact, is a patrol of the Ghoul variety. So it has, in addition to the Archregent that everyone takes, it's got a Ghoul King and a Cryptghast Courtier and 3 tens of Crypt Ghouls. He's also running the Chalice, cogs, and Quicksilver
Now,
swords.
can I talk about this? Now,
No, you may not.
normally, you don't see chronomantic cogs taken in a Flesh Eater Court list ATM because
Ass to mouth.
because
I've heard you don't do that,
I
Rob.
do not. So they're not taking. Can we just get on?
I guess
with
you don't do mouth to ass, is what we're trying to say. Sorry, Hannah. Go on.
Oh my god. Sorry, babe. So you don't normally see them in current lists. And the reason for that is because it's now up to 80 points since the new GHB.
Yeah.
And it is just considered, in my opinion, too many points for what you get.
It's still pretty solid, especially when you're bringing stuff off the board with Ghoul Patrol. Also, shout out to AOS Coach and LLV in the chat. Thanks for joining us today, guys. But yeah, the thing
What
is,
the hell is LLV here?
Ghoul
I
Patrol-
can't believe it.
statistically, it was pretty unlikely.
Yeah. So, Bill, as you can see, thank you so much, Overlay guys. Bill is at the top, sat with his 2 CP. And then Vince, that's right, Vince from Warhammer Weekly.
The Warhammer
Vince
Weekly.
Venturello. I think actually in the south of America it's pronounced Venturello.
Venturella.
Venturilla.
Venturella.
Vince Venturilla. And by the way, one of my lifelong personal heroes.
Yeah, is that why you say his name offensively?
There's nothing that man can't do but take a joke.
He could take a lot of things.
Yeah, he's an angel.
He's playing Slaanesh. He'll take it all.
So how exciting is it that Vince, you're going to see Vince on the tabletop, and then we're going to get a chance to
think
look at
your
his
internet's slow,
army, which is
Gunslag.
so fucking sexy. Both of these players have already won 2 games. We're in round 3 of the tournament. Thank you to everyone on Twitch and Patreon who subscribes and watches The Honest Wargamer.
And it looks like, yeah, absolutely. Big heroes on Patreon, big heroes on Twitch. Unless Bill is measuring things to make sure he's keeping his models safe, it looks like something might be going on. But yeah, Vince's list, really interesting.
So we've so I can tell you, we'll talk about Vince's in a minute. I'll tell you what's happening on the tabletop.
Because Bill's taken first turn.
Bill has taken first turn. Bill also had the option to take first turn. He has 5 drops. Vince has got has about 8.
Okay.
So Bill got the choice to go first, which is now I'm gonna say this. I think it's a mistake if he goes in. We're going to talk about Vince's list in a minute, but effectively he's got some demonettes.
And Bill
he's
has
got
just cast a chalice, by the way, Chalice of Ashoran.
So that's important. That's super
it's a
important. 'Cause
big bit.
that is going to heal his army. So that's going to be. He's going to place this out here.
Do you see that he placed it already?
Oh no, I did not. Thank you so much.
Great prediction there, bud. Predictions work better when they're in the future,
Welcome to
or if
the
they're wrong.
TFL, the Tabletop Football League. No, that doesn't work. The NTL, the National
I don't know
Tabletop
what
League.
nonsense you're talking. I'm used to being the guy who talks nonsense, but hey, at least we're doing better than mini wargaming. All right, so
It's not that they're bad; it's that they're a detriment to the community.
no, it's not that they're bad. It's that they're awful.
Yes, and all of that is true.
You heard it here first. 11 reasons why mini wargaming is bad for AOS.
And here it is. Now, so yeah, the chalice is up, and this is going to heal this Ghoul King on Terrorgeist and this Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, of which there are 2. There might also be some free summoning. The key elements, so these are the bully units in this army right here for Flesh Eater Courts. What we're going to see, though, for Slaanesh, and if we can zoom in on or we can just cross over, please, Colin, and look at the Slaanesh army. There we go. Look at that incredible Keeper of Secrets. Another incredible Keeper of Secrets there. Beautiful, beautiful. There is in this list 2 Keepers of Secrets. The contorted epitome you can see in the center.
You mean epitome, right?
Epitome?
Epitome.
Epitome.
Yeah.
Contorted epitome. Can you say it for me?
Epitome.
Contorted epitome.
Epitome.
So yes. So the contorted epitome. Oh my god! And then over here you have the Infernal Rapturous.
Yeah.
Somewhere else hidden on the board is also, in fact, actually maybe here. In fact, definitely here is the Seeker of Slaanesh. No, the Mask of Slaanesh, which
Right.
is going to take Vince's army up to 6 characters right there.
Yep. He's running maximum characters in the Supreme Sybarites battalion.
Yeah. And then these units of Seekers, they take up the Seeker Cavalcade
Yep.
as well. So there's 10 Demonettes and 5 Hellstriders with Hell Scourges as well.
Right.
So it's just a great... Oh, and also someone hidden on the board is Celesky.
got
Let's go back to the
Celesky.
tabletop. Please, Colin.
Also, just for a quick update on the hero phase, we've cast now Ferocious Hunger, as well as the +1 attack spells currently on the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist.
On a specific one?
Yeah, on the middle one.
Oh, look. See, now I know, Bill. Can I just talk about this?
Unholy Vitality going on.
Yeah, so we're into the movement phase for Flesh Eater Courts, as you can see. And what Bill has not done this, which is correct. Yeah, that's wrong. What he's done is he's gone and sat on an objective. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some units summoned around here to create a screen so we can see a counter-attack.
Well, he can't, the Flesh Eater Courts player can't summon more than 6 inches away from the board edge.
No, I know that. But
Do you? Because you said he's going to summon here, which is not 6 inches from the board edge. Your thoughts, Rob? Contorted hippopotamus.
Who knows at this stage, Mr. Jacob Berry? Who knows? Contorted hippopotamus. It's not what it's called. What he's doing is he's making it so that these keepers are going to have to work to go and get the objective.
And he's also behind a large piece of blocking terrain, which means the keeper's going to have to spend extra movement to go around. Honestly, I don't think these keepers are going to be able to get in on the first turn, so it's going to rely on winning the priority, which is always a gamble, and is going to be in Bill's favor because he's going first.
Yeah, so Wolfbeast Carl in the chat is making a really good point. We have also passed the parlay phase. I don't know, Jacob, if you've ever done the parlay phase in the game of Age of Sigmar.
Is that where you trade your daughter for some goats?
Close.
Or
depends how many daughters you have.
Trade with some, or how many goats. It also is that where you negotiate with pirates for the safety of your keep in order to keep them away from raiding all of your goods and land?
Very similar. So exactly what you could do sometimes in games of Age of Sigmar before you even start to play is just parlay for a draw. It seems both players have decided to elect not to do that phase and have just gone straight into gaming.
Absolutely. I'm glad to hear that. Real quick, just to give some updates. One of the keepers has the icon of infinite excess. Do you know what that does, Rob? Of course you don't. I'm just kidding. That's one. Yep, that's going to be the bottom right keeper. So that's going to be this one right here that has the icon of infinite excess. On top of that, there's a couple other artifacts. The contorted hippopotami has the rod of misrule. I'm sure I would let that guy stick her rod wherever she wants.
So the rod of misrule is going to get an extra CP. What you're going to find really, really interesting between these...
And on top of that CP bit, the Infernal Enrapturous, who's giving an extra depravity per turn, has the Aether Quartz Brooch. So in addition to getting additional CPs per turn, after spending them, they can get them back.
So Vince, basically, in his army, should generate... not forgetting, he's already started with 2 CP because of the 2 battalions. He's going to get a third for turning up. What you're effectively going to see, and we're seeing some ghouls being patrolled on that right-hand flank over there.
Patrollingly, along with a Varghulf.
Perfect. A kind of classic combo at this stage.
Definitely. Classic. Classic combo. Up there with Coca-Cola and racism. Because they belong in the past.
Oh, right. Yes. Good. Yes. They do.
Was that unclear?
What we want to do now, as you can see, these ghouls coming on. So talking about, I was talking about CP.
You're doing great, buddy.
CP. So this CP that Slaanesh has got over here, you can see on the left-hand side of the screen. What's going to be very interesting about that army, what's going to be very interesting about this army is Vince, especially with the Aether Quartz Brooch, is going to generate tons. The Rod of Misrule generates a CP. Contorted Epitome, I think, generates a CP, or it's
Epitome.
Not. Thank you. And then the Aether Quartz Brooch is going to generate them back. It's crazy how much CP he's going to get. And that's really, really useful because obviously of his abilities to attack and pile in twice.
Definitely.
What's interesting about Flesh Eater Courts is that they've started with 2 CP, started with 1 CP, and they should.
They started with 2, 1 battalion, and they may have purchased 1. No, it doesn't look like
not.
one.
No, they started with 2 CP. So they'll start with 2 CP, but what's interesting is their ability to generate them is much, much lower.
Yeah.
So what you have, it's a really cool design element of Age of Sigmar now, is you've got CP scarcity at the, in the Flesh Eater Courts and their ability to generate it,
right.
And you've got Slaanesh who can just absolutely plus CP all the time.
So what we're looking at here is a case of the haves and have a shit ton mores, and which is really the tale of colonialism. If you think about it, tale as old as time.
Tale as old
Song
as time.
as old as time in your tea. Time with a TH.
So what that means?
It was a subtle joke.
It was subtle.
So subtle.
Subtle. So we have another unit of ghouls that have deployed on the board here on the left-hand flank as well.
I concur.
As you guys can see. So what it's gonna be a very interesting game, Jacob, because of that CP usage, because there's so much to spend, and also they're playing in the realm of metal,
which lets them give a 6-up DPR save. Really a useful spell, command ability.
Yes, you're right.
So
the
it looks like
the rod of misrule.
The ghouls have made their 9-inch charge.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the chalice was up to only make it need a 7, but they have made this charge successfully.
Do you mean cogs?
They definitely have the chalice up. I don't know what you're talking about. The cogs is... He rolled an 11, so who even need the chronomatic cogs?
We'll find out from our table boss whether or not cogs was cast.
Cogs, it doesn't matter. He rolled an 11.
I know, I still just want to know.
Well, okay, but it wasn't cast. Just the chalice.
Okay, good. It's a good decision.
No cocks on the table.
You would not give +2 to these units here. So, what do you think he's trying to achieve with that charge that you've seen over here?
My guess is if he can do some clever pile-ins towards the objective, he can outnumber and claim it early.
I would actually argue. So he's going to try and lock these in a little bit, or both of these two units. So these units are going to have to flee.
If he's canny, he'll get within 3 right here, and he can exploit Vince potentially not having deployed perfectly. Because if that keeper is stuck in that combat, even though it can fight really well, those ghouls are a really bad target for the keeper. And holding that keeper back, well, it...
So we're seeing whether or not they're within 3 now.
Right.
As you can see, Vince measuring expertly. Also,
and he's trying to make sure they're outside of 6 so that they can't be the locus of diversion.
That's correct.
The locus of a diversion.
Of diversion?
Diversion.
Diversion?
Now, we're playing in the realm of metal. What kind of metal do you think this would be?
What kind of metal would you listen to? I'd say probably like post-hardcore. Yeah.
I was thinking aluminium.
That's definitely. Why do you think aluminium?
It's flexible, it's light, and both these armies have pretty good movement shenanigans.
Is that what aluminium makes you think of?
Mostly. That and beer. Because aluminum can send out beer.
So just to catch everyone up, we're in turn 1. The first turn, Flesh Eating Course had the choice and took the first turn to go first. And then you're looking at an initial charge. You can see here a unit of ghouls with ghoul patrolled.
It looks like since the ghouls are going last, it looks like the demonettes are piling in first and still maintaining coherency in some way, shape, or form while piling in towards a close enemy unit.
Yes. So it's effectively just, in my opinion, just trying to, I would say, hold those units up. Now, these units are going to be able to flee. They're pretty free. Can you just pan to the left for me, please, Colin? I just want to see something. I want to see if he was looking for the double.
Locus of diversion.
No, he did not. So
as
you can see, the Celeste is here holding that left-hand flank, so stopping some of that. And if we go to the top down again, I know the combat's happening. It'll be cool. Just flip to it for a minute. Dan,
unsupervised, real quick. This is turn 1. This is top of 1 for Bill, the Flesh Eater Courts player.
And then here, you've got a buffed up Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, and you have another one here as well. And I think that's a very interesting play. You see how that was very different to what we saw with the Free People's game earlier?
No overcommitment here. He's really thinking through how he wants to approach the attack. And it looks like the Hellstriders are piling in now into these ghouls.
So what I find interesting about this, realistically, is... he could. I mean, Slaanesh is incredibly fast, so Slaanesh could have potentially come and got him in the first turn, but he could have backboarded it because Ghoul Kings on Terrorgeist are fast as well. So he definitely wants to achieve something with his first turn.
Yeah, what do you think that ploy was? That scheme, if you will.
Yeah, that machination. I would argue that he wants to try and hold this block up in a line a little bit, making it so Vince's first turn is a little bit fruitless.
Sure.
But that doesn't seem to be overly...
I'm not sure I would agree that we're ever going to be fruitless with Slaanesh.
Agreed.
I feel like you're always getting in, doing whatever you want there.
Covered in fruit, yeah, absolutely.
We've got 6 dead ghouls so far. Now... what it looks like to me is, in addition to what you're saying, it looks like it's going to be really hard for Slaanesh to get over here to claim this objective off of the Flesh Eater Courts player. This one may be a little bit unprotected, and with the lack of force projection here for Slaanesh, it's going to be hard to really take that off. They're going to have to end with at least 1 unit within 6 of this objective here in order to claim it, and then that leaves them with only maybe 1 unit getting all the way over to that Ghoul King. Yeah. So I think we're going to see the first turn from Vince be a pretty conservative one if we're looking from a tactical perspective.
Yeah, I I think that's a really good point. I would actually say that what he's looking to do is bait the keepers out of where they are, because really this is a game. This is a game of 4 units. Yeah,
right.
And everything else is playing. This is a dance party. Yeah, this is 4 fronts. Yeah, this is the Backstreet Boys when they lost one, and then there's the 4 front guys and all the backing dancers, or Destiny's Child with just someone extra. Let's pick Rihanna.
I'm so aroused right now.
So, and why I say that is because it's these 2 keepers of secrets versus these 2 cool kings on Terrorgeist. That's the game. Gristlegore versus Slaanesh.
Looks like this plan did not work out so well, because if you notice over here, there's a distinct lack of ghouls.
Okay.
That was not a ghoul move.
It was not a ghoul move.
No.
No, he's had a ghoulishly bad time.
Oh.
Yeah, deadly. So the question is, for all of us, Bill with his flesh-eater corpse is effectively, and it's not Ghoul King Bill, Sousa, it's some other Bill, but he seems like a really nice guy. What do we think? It's not Ghoul King Bill. Oh, I answered it before you asked. Great. I don't know what he was trying to achieve with that first turn.
I think we established that he was trying to hold this up by staying within 3 of both the Hellstrider unit and the Demonettes unit. If they refused to retreat, if they weren't going to retreat, that would force the keepers to go around in order to get out, in order to get to the actual action. Because these two units would not be able to move unless they retreated. But a candy player would just retreat.
Yeah, so there's still a Vargulf there, and there's still some ghouls there.
Yeah.
So maybe what he's effectively doing is making that first turn so they have to commit something. Otherwise, they're threatening this objective.
Absolutely.
That could be the plan. Vargulf's no slouch. And the Seekers are pretty good.
Aw, Demon Arc.
Thanks
for subscribing.
No, just
what a
stalking.
killer.
That means they just followed us. But that's great too.
Well, thanks for starting the process of maybe subscribing someday.
Yeah, that's really great of you. Thanks very much. Is it Bill Swidan?
Sweden?
Is it Bill Sweden?
Swarden?
Is it Bill Swoden?
Swafton?
It's Swoofed in. It
is Bill Sweden. I don't know how to pronounce it.
We're finding out from the tabletop.
It is Bill Sweden. Turns out.
Congratulations.
Very, very neutral Bill, as it were.
Yeah.
Not quite Bill Switzerland, but almost.
So we go to the top down now because we're going to be into Slaanesch's turn, which I think is going to be interesting. And we'll talk about what plays are going to be made. In their hero phase, as you can see, they are going to be. Look at this CP on the right hand, Jacob. It's currently 4 CP.
Oh, but it's only turn 1. How's he only at 4? I thought he was good at generating CP.
Oh well, we're not finished yet. It's going to be CP heavy.
Wait, we're not finished. This is Bill Sweden.
It's Bill Sweden.
We've confirmed.
Sweden.
Yeah, so we're not finished, and he's not finished. He's Swedish.
Never heard of such a ridiculous place.
Bill Sweden. Have you ever heard of Camelot? It's a terribly silly place.
It is terribly silly. So what do we think Vince is going to do? I think you're going to see Vince commit into those ghouls and potentially even send in a character into the Vargulf, because the Vargulf is a bunch of depravity points.
The Epitome's about to cast Hysterical Frenzy on those ghouls. Now, I don't actually know what that spell does. Do you know what that spell does, Hysterical Frenzy? I have it somewhere. Let's find out.
That's great.
Oh, he's re-rolling that cast because he failed it, which is something that the
contorted epitome can do.
Is allowed to do.
And it's a 2-cast wizard with a 2+ against mortal wounds. It's 200
it's so
points.
Good.
It can unbind 2 and re-roll them. It can cast 2 and unbind them.
And he's got plus to cast from, I think, maybe the terrain. Hysterical Frenzy, so you roll 1 dice for a model unit. Every 6 does D3 mortal wounds. That's unreal.
It's quite good. It's particularly good against hordes. But
against 10
it's still
ghouls.
not massively impactful.
Every 6 up doing D3 mortals?
So it will do 1, maybe 2, and then on an average, so 4 mortal wounds to a unit of 2.
Maybe 3. Average of D3 is 2. We're looking at a lot of mortal wounds there.
No, we're looking at 2 6s out of 10.
1, maybe 2.
And then they do D3
There were 2
each.
6s that are going to do D3 each.
So that's 4, which is what I said.
It's not necessarily 4. It could be 6.
It could be 6.
2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1.
Quick maths. Jacob has been listening to a lot of UK grime on my visit over here, which I've appreciated.
Oh, shit. Here we go. So, we're looking at... He's cast a couple... I didn't get an answer on how much damage was dealt, but Rob, talk to me about what you would do from here. What, aside from with the keepers, what would you do with these Hellstriders, and how would you approach using these chaff walls?
Yeah. Okay. So what I would do realistically is I would. I think he's going to have to move this unit here to hold on to that objective on the left-hand side, and then I think the keeper could potentially be bait, and bring this through, because this coming down doesn't have always strikes first. So if that's there, he can fight that, and then if he doesn't decide to come down here, he can push through later on the priority, because Vince has got the priority coming up.
Are you going to let them smash and dash across tables?
Those are my thoughts. And then this unit, this keeper here, I think might just go over here just to go and get some depravity points. I think he can play conservative because he can sit 2 for 2. I personally think that the better trade that we have, Nick Blackburn, thank you for subscribing.
Probably carpentry.
Is I think the armies that we have, Slaanesh has got the better trading ability.
Against the ghouls? Yeah. And it looks like the keepers right now have been casting acquiescence on both the ghouls and the Varghulf, so they're going to be rerolling ones to hit against both of those targets.
I understand it. He's going to want to clear that threat. I also don't. I'm not 100% certain Bill should have brought this threat on early.
I also don't think he has many targets. I don't think he has a lot he can shoot. He can put those
over on this far left-hand side, I think is the. I'm going to just get
the mask.
That's the mask of Slaanesh. Yeah. So this has been zeroed off here, which is why you've seen this unit of ghouls threaten here. I don't think that was necessary turn 1 personally. I really don't see that being the case. He could have waited. I don't know why he didn't give Vince the first turn, because Vince was deployed pretty conservatively. Vince could have run forward. But then I think what's interesting is Bill would have, as we saw during deployment, Bill would have put his models down before Vince, so Vince could have deployed more aggressively and then threatened, so then Bill has to take the first turn so he can be defensive secondary.
Agreed. This just in, there are 4 Iron Jaws players here at Nashcon, and they are playing on tables 10, 11, 12, 13. Now they all are also on the same side of the table, so there is one entire great wall across an entire row of tables, because tables, we've got 4 tables per row. So there's an entire side that is, it basically looks like a mega battle of Iron Jaws against everybody else.
It's
now,
a four-way
I have been
battle.
unable to confirm or deny if the TO will allow them to use Smashin' and Bashin' across the entire table edge. I do not believe he will, because he's a square and a bitch, but I understand the choice. So the mask is gone. She's gone for a run.
So where's she gone to?
I can't even see her anymore.
Oh, so she's gone here. So she's there on
her?
the tabletop. Yeah, just there.
I gotcha, yeah.
Which is interesting. Thank you very much for keeping track of us there, Mr. Cameraman. And I think what you can do is, as was described to me earlier, Vince is going to do a cheeky... Did it actually run?
It did.
Oh, okay. All right, so maybe not. What we're also seeing here is this unit of
Apparently
Seekers.
It ran an extra 4 inches, and I will say from experience, I would love an extra 4 inches, because having a 5.5-inch dick would be amazing. Look, I'll tell you.
You didn't even let the joke subtly hang. You just let it go all the way through.
I always let it hang, but it doesn't. I mean, it kind of just goes straight out. It's not enough length to even sort of curl downwards. Look, I'll tell you what I tell everyone. I may not be able to reach the bottom of a tuna can, but I can sure as hell beat the sides off that bitch.
You're right. No more whiskeys for Jacob Berry on the show. No, Vince. You can't just jump between thoughts. That's not how it works, Jacob Berry.
I jump between thoughts all the time. Now, interestingly, Vince has taken his Seekers this way and taken Celeste forward, which leaves him nothing to claim this objective. Now, it's like you said, better to not claim it than to claim it poorly, because you're not giving up points, but it's still actually a 1-to-1 trade-off.
So what would happen, though, is in this turn, he scored. Let's say he put a unit here and he scored. Yeah?
Yep.
What would happen is this unit would come back, attack, and score, gaining an extra +1, so it's like he never held the objective at all.
Right. So it balances out.
Yeah, so it's worthless. Although I think he has actually put the tail
looks like
end.
He just measured it.
The tail end within 6. But you remember what we said?
Everything with Slaanesh is the tail end.
Exactly. Do you remember what we saw about? We saw the game before with the Flesh Eater Courts.
No, I was drunk.
With the Celeste Prime, and what we did, as you can see, Vince has made it so that this Ghoul King on Terrorgeist has to go the maximum distance in order to achieve the charge and take that out. And why he wants to do that is because he wants this as a threat to come and attack and deal with it right there.
The phrase commonly used from Deadpool fanatics is maximum effort.
Yeah, maximum effort. I love that film.
Also, what do you think for dinner? Chimichangas?
I want to go for
Or
a bloomin' onion Outback Steakhouse.
I'm booking you a flight to go home tonight. I'm never going with you to Outback Steakhouse. I've actually been to Outback Steakhouse one time. It was when I was at the U.S. Masters tournament in 2014 for 8th edition Warhammer Fantasy. And I was incredibly drunk, surprise. And I knew that I needed carbs to help soak up all the booze in my stomach. It looks like the Hell Shredders are moving over to get closer to those ghouls in the meantime. And I was so drunk, all I did was wake up enough to eat half of a bloomin' onion and then fall right back asleep. And it gave me apparently the worst gas anyone in the car in like our group had ever seen.
Good. Okay. Super glad.
So I think it was lucky. I was able to trust those farts. I didn't have a shardy party, but it was pretty successful. Oh, we've got a suit approaching the table.
Yeah, there is. There's a compare.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fun.
hoping he doesn't try and talk to us, but he does look fantastic. Yeah. Right, let's look at what's happening on the tabletop. These Seekers have moved here. So what they've done is they've actually walled in the ghouls, which I think is clever. So what he's actually doing...
Those are actually Hell Striders, not Seekers.
Same thing.
No, Hell Striders used to give -1 to hit.
What he's actually doing is he's screening the tabletop here, yeah, so that he's going to be able to go and attack where he wants to attack in case the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist decides to attack against that wall.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like Vince is playing tactically.
He's making sure people know, because don't forget, his co-host, Mr. Tom Lyons, will be watching this game in serious mode and reviewing it.
Who?
Tom Lyons.
Just to be clear, I don't know who that is.
From Warhammer Weekly, Tom.
Is he on right now? Hello, friend.
There's a guy called Tom from Warhammer Weekly.
Tom Tigers? Tommy the Tiger? Jimmy the Fish?
Yeah, Jimmy the Fish.
Gotcha.
Jimmy
No,
the Fish.
I love Tom Lyons. And I'll tell you exactly how this is going to go. He's going to watch and maybe comment in the stream, in the chat. Now, at this point, it looks like Vince is playing a bit cagey. He's definitely not overcommitting, which is smart. But what happens at the turn? So we're looking at a tie game right now. It's going to be 2-2. If Bill should win priority, depending on where these keepers end up, he, like we said for the beginning of the game, he could give away priority and not really worry.
That's what. This is where the idiots at Mini Wargaming are wrong all the time. What you're seeing here is both players are trying to set up to give the turn away, yeah, and effectively still be in an advantageous position. It's a lot more delicate to achieve. It's a lot harder to do. But what you're effectively doing is you're achieving small victories in the 5 turns, as opposed to just an ultimate 2-turn attempt at a win. Which, if you don't win the priority roll, you're like, oh my god, I'm so bad at Warhammer. Yeah, that's not the way, right? So
it looks like Vince is still keeping his keepers pretty far back. He's playing very cagey right now. It's he's preparing himself to play reactively, which does seem like a canny move. But I would also say that at this point, Vince doesn't have much to gain from going first, so either player would be smart to give away priority to force their opponent to overcommit, because right now they're just sitting happily at a tie, except Bill has lost 100 points of ghouls. Yeah,
and he's also lost. He's also, he didn't have to bring them on. Ghoul Patrol, he had to bring them on now.
Ghoul Patrol!
Yeah, Ghoul Patrol. Ghoul Patrol! He had to bring Ghoul Patrol on now. He's still sat on CP and summoning. From the units at the back of the board. He's got the Charnel throne.
Right.
So he potentially can summon some more.
And right now Vince has no summoning.
Yeah, and Vince also doesn't have a lot of board control. Sometimes you see 2 blocks of 30 Demonettes being run, so you've got a lot of board control, so you can zone out summoning. So both players, it's really interesting FEC versus Slaanesh, especially when you don't have a lot of bodies in either of these 2 armies. And what you're creating this kind of very, very tense game where there are zones for deployment of summoning, which can potentially happen.
It looks like right now the Enrapturous is using her harp to shoot at the ghouls. So this is going to be one little area that Vince can start to control more and sneak up the board, but also when he's able to kill this Vargulf, he will be getting
depravity
6
points.
or 7 depravity points.
Yeah, which is important because and for no loss, he's made no loss in this environment. Whereas I would have, if we go to the top down again,
he's killed 5 ghouls, by the way.
Oh, what from From combat? No, from shooting.
From the Enrapturous shooting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Really good shooting on the Enrapturous. Almost, arguably, way too good. A lot of people have said to me when they DM me on MySpace.
And it looks like the mask is charging.
So you're going to see
charging. The mask is charging.
What you're going to see is you're not going to see all the way in. You're going to see 3 inches out. Oh no, wait, all the way in. Never mind. Ignore me.
You can't. You have to end within a half inch, Rob.
Yes, you do.
Rub.
You are correct. So I personally think, I mean that's good. Clearing these out as well. That's useful.
Okay, so the keeper over here, the GW keeper, is going into the ghouls and possibly the Vargulf as well.
Yes, that makes sense. So he's just so what he's done effectively from his threats. I don't know from the threats that he was potentially facing, which are here and here. What he's done
Those
is
are the 2 real beatdown units that we've got for Bill.
They're the bully units. Is he's protected going into the protected going into the priority. He secured his objectives here and here, and then he's also dealt with threats there and there. So going into the priority, there's absolutely no reason, in my opinion, that Vince is going to take the turn. Whereas if Bill wins, if Blur Sweden takes the turn or wins the priority, I would give it away to Vince because Vince is. But then I reckon Vince will just sit there. I reckon you'll see a stalemate.
I agree. Also, it looks like right now we just found out that the keeper over here and the mask out here have made both units that they're engaged with fight last. The keeper chose to make the Varghul fight last because ghouls are nothing.
Yeah, he's going to hit
4
the ghouls.
Ghouls are going to do nothing.
He's going to punk the ghouls, punk the Varghul, gets them to priority points to the board, and then that priority roll is going to be so interesting. That's what we're all here for at that point.
I'm really curious to see how whoever wins approaches it, and then whoever ends up with priority approaches
Jacob Berry, what would you do? My thoughts. Your thoughts. Let's say
it turns out the courtier's over here with these ghouls as well.
Okay.
I'm not sure where in that block. Let's say I'm Bill. If I'm Bill, I think I give the priority to Vince because he's going to move this whole screen up to here. This screen is going to end up here. The keepers are going to be there. And then as well, he's going to take this screen and probably move it up to, I'm not sure how he moves that, to be honest. I think he keeps it back because I think the idea is to windshield wiper and sort of take one side of the board at a time. So
the only real issue is he's super strong on the right-hand flank, but he might be, he's just doing, I think he's doing denied flank, really. So he's just going to be like, I'm going to win the right-hand flank, and then my army is fast as hell. So I'm going to come over and then take the other side of the board when I want to. And also, Slaanesh has also got sustain. So the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist has to go through everything, and then the army that's going to be summoned afterwards.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I actually think that this whole section of the board for Vince is largely disposable, but it's also not terribly useful. So I could see Vince taking it to move over here and having basically the outside of 6 inches from the objective and sprinting these 2 keepers, one central and one over the top. If he can't make those charges, they become bait. As soon as this Ghoul King comes off, on a 2-up, Vince still gets to fight before it. And when he fights before those Ghoul Kings, he should still be in good shape to kill it.
Yeah, it's going to be a very...
I'm also not sure which one is the general.
The Crystal Gore General, John on the tabletop is going to point to the General. So he's the one that's going to have always strikes first.
Right, but only on the charge. And even so, the locus of on the Slaanesh side. Sorry. We're trying to figure out which one is the Gristle Gore General.
The one with the cards.
The one with the cards
attached to it.
So if these keepers are up here, because their locus of diversion happens at the end of the charge phase, it will activate before the Gristlegore General gets the ability to go first. Those 2 abilities would then cancel out, assuming the keeper doesn't roll a 1, and then it fights at a normal step.
But how exciting would a 1 be?
How exciting would a 1 be?
Very exciting.
It'd be very exciting.
Yeah.
There's a pretty sick, intense pleasure that we all get at this point from watching Slaanesh lose.
I agree. So I'm pretty certain. We've seen the priority roll. Oh, I think Vince just won it. I think we just.
That's not priority.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
That's just the courtier attacking the mask.
Oh, I'm sorry. The guys are just going to tell me when the priorities happen. I'm too excited.
Not even remotely.
Too excited.
No such thing. You know I spend all my time talking to Joseph Pagano, right?
He's very excited.
Looks like Slaanesh is taking it down to 4 CP now.
Okay.
I'm not sure what they used it for, but I'm being told they brought it down to 4 CP. Now, what do you think of the plan to use these keepers as bait?
I don't think that's going to be the case. Also, they have to move over their own screen, and they don't fly.
The screen, these are all fast AF. They move and redeploy to end up here.
No, I think they're now currently close enough on the turn. If Vince wanted to and wins a priority, he can just go in. But I don't think that's what he's going to do, personally. I think he's going to wait.
You think they're fast enough?
Yeah, they're way fast. That's not even far now.
They move 14 inches?
That's like 18 inches now at that stage. Yeah, so he can go get that.
I can't judge anything more than 2.5 inches with any accuracy. Look, my I'm not going to say it. Yeah. All right, I'll tell you anyway. It may not be long, but what it doesn't have in length, it sure makes up for with how skinny it is. Also, update for everyone in the chat. 2 hours left in the round.
2 hours left in the round. Thank you, everyone, for watching us live, by the way. And if you are watching us back, please leave a comment.
And it looks like all of these ghouls have been wiped, so all we have left is a Varghulf now.
Then that Varghulf is going to die. You can see there, Vince making sure people know he's not giving up on the hair yet.
Right. We've got... can you get Vince to lean back down for us for a minute?
No, you cannot.
I want to color in the shine. Oh, right there. Beautiful. It's okay. This is coming from someone who's also follically challenged. I accept my brother in baldness.
Yeah. Vince has got an interesting dice rolling technique. Can we talk about that a minute? It's an underhand throw. It's a flick of the wrist.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Nacian
this must make
coup d'etat.
Absolutely. Yeah? It's more of like a go away motion.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, dice.
Shoe dog.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm Vincent Vetrella.
Right. Well, it fits with Slaanesh, whose whole aesthetic is very ethique, if you will.
Yes.
So having a very flamboyant gesture, I think fits very, very well.
Agreed.
Vince always the stickler for narrative and theme.
For both. Very important.
Narrative and theme. Real quick, let's talk about what their schemes are for each of these players.
Agreed.
So Vince has taken Secure the Sacred Site. And what that is to control at the end of the game one piece of terrain. The terrain he's chosen is the watermill. And the way you control a piece of terrain in this scenario is having more models within 6 by the end of the game. So he's trying to keep all of Bill's models away from that. Now, Bill has chosen, it's called Belongs in a Museum. And he's nominated one of Vince's heroes with an artifact to kill. And it's the Keeper of Secrets that is the creature caster queen. So it's this gal back here. In order for Bill to succeed, he has to kill that hero.
Wow. Okay. And I mean, that's...
Riveting stuff, isn't it?
It's also important to note, realistically, that it always makes sense when you have a secondary objective like that to put that on the bully unit that your opponent has, because you just want to deal with it. You're like, I want to deal with it, and I get a double win. But then it's also it's also a double loss.
Right. It's a all risk, all reward.
Yeah, exactly. Win-win or a lose-lose. So we're just going to find out what combat is happening at the tabletop now.
Looks like the Hellstriders are fighting right now with the Varghulf.
Thank you so much, Colin. So that's right here. So that Varghulf's still alive, and the Hellstriders are attacking back in right here. And then at the back here, the Keeper of Secrets, I'm almost certain, will have gone and will have attacked as well. And then, so yeah, we're just going to see how that combat resolves realistically. And then it's down into the priority roll, which is going to be super tight. Yeah, you're right, Death. It does feel like a lose-lose or a lose-lose, whether either Slaanesh or FEC win. But either way, it's going to be very, very interesting. Because there is a lot of Slaanesh here and there are a lot of FEC here, and I'm really interested to know what the eventual result is. So then on the tabletop, there you go, the Varghulf's dead. There's some free depravity there. Thank you very much, Colin. So that is exactly. So the Vargulf has finally gone down, and then I think that is all of the ongoing combats, unless the mask is not attacked on the left-hand side.
Now, that would also mean that it looks like we haven't generated much depravity from the Slaanesh combat.
That's fine. It's fine. They're not too stressed. They've got rid of a Vargulf and a unit of ghouls for basically free. So
Agreed.
I'm not going to mind about that. And then I think... and then we're going to find out what
the
combat...
mask is attacking now against the ghouls.
Perfect. So that's this combat here. And I reckon Colin will get us a tie up on that one, because that is a beautiful mask painted
and
by...
It's one of the new models from the new range. The motion is really beautiful in that model.
It's a fantastic... And also its narrative is amazing. It basically makes everything around it dance uncontrollably.
Have you ever tried to dance throughout an entire game of Warhammer?
Through a whole game of Warhammer?
Yeah.
No, but challenge accepted, sir.
Joe Pagano and I have done that, and we made it through deployment, and it was incredibly difficult.
Incredibly difficult.
Incredibly. Debilitatingly so, which is why the mask is so effective at reducing its opponent's combat effectiveness.
Really? So there we... Oh, some great dice roll in there from...
I appreciate the rub and shake.
So this is the mask right here. If we can get that any closer, I'm not sure. I'm pretty certain we can.
And it looks like we've got the courtier right there, along with the ghouls next to it.
Oh, so there's some aggressive
4
kicking.
dead ghouls.
There we go. When our camera survives the earthquake, look at that. But can we just shout out Bill's army's fantastically nice too.
Did a lot of resin pours with the blood.
With the
His
blood.
display board has a lot of that also.
Looks really, really
it's
nice.
Really lovely.
There you go. There you go. Colin finally committing to the shot. He's like, I got this. I'm doing it. Thank you, brother. And that mask fighting. And there you go. Some
ghouls are piling in around. Also, turns out Tomb King Tristan, it's his birthday today, so make sure...
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Mr. Tomb King Tristan.
Party people in the house. So I think this Mask of Slaanesh is going to end up just winning that combat over the next round or so, and he's just going to be the champ that we need.
Probably.
Yeah.
Not the champ that
Do you
Vince
think ghouls will
deserves.
dance? What do you think like a ghoul dance is like? Is it like Thriller?
No, those are zombies.
they?
Don't be ridiculous. Default 369, join the knee stabbing gang.
That's
Tomb King 21 months in a row.
What a babe.
For Tomb King Tristan's birthday.
That's happy birthday, bro.
We've got 2 wounds on the
Hey,
mask from the
K-Dread.
ghouls, and we're at 10 depravity currently. Now, it looks like, I don't think the
So we'll go
courtier
to the
has
top
swung
down.
yet, so it looks like we're going to get a little bit more damage coming in. The mask only has 5 or 6 wounds.
There you go, seeing Vince
I can see the
Ventrella
mask getting wiped pretty
because
quickly.
we are other content creators. Vince absolutely not bothered about defiling our board with this piece of paper.
Complete defilation.
Yeah, he's just like, he's like, not only will I get sick and delightful pleasures in the game, I'll also do it at the expense of the players.
I have a plan. Hold on. Here's
the viewers.
Slaanesh is up to 5 command points now.
5 command points for
Yep.
Slaanesh.
And look, the paper is gone. It blends right in with the green board.
You've done it. That degree in art you don't have has really paid off for you. I'm very proud.
I'm in $2,000 of debt per month.
We're going to be coming into the priority role very, very soon.
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
going to be really exciting.
And I think the advantage here is already is a bit towards Vince and the Slaanesh, but if Bill gets priority and he somehow takes it, he's going to have to actually back off to
So
remain
we
in
might find
control.
out. I think the roll has happened on the tabletop. We're just waiting to see. We're waiting to see.
It looks like Vince is measuring something.
Yeah, because he's going to be. Because I think this is before he decides. So look at this. Priority rolls
and
happened.
the score is 2-2, by the way.
Yeah, the score is 2-2. But he's
measuring how long his charge would be
look
from
at
that
that.
keeper. Would you look at that?
Would you look at
And
that?
so Vince has 1 priority, and
So-
he is taking it.
Yeah, but so
Like
can
a
we,
true Slaanesh player.
Can we talk about the fact that he took at least 10, there was like 10, 20 seconds of thinking, maybe even a little bit more, before he decided whether or not he was going to take the turn.
Right.
Like, that's why the priority roll is really interesting. In this situation, it's maybe advantageous to take the turn. It is not disadvantageous to take the turn.
Right.
So he's not thinking what's happening this turn. He's thinking what's happening
in 2 turns.
Like, and that's why the priority roll, when you play it properly and well, is so fucking good.
Right. Both players were playing to not get really beat up by losing the turn priority, and that's why you see such cagey play, because they're really trying to limit their opponent's options if they do take first.
Yeah. Yeah, the priority roll is interesting when you don't take it, if you're set up right. In this situation, if Vince hadn't won it and had taken it, what this Ghoul King on Terrorgeist doesn't have a lot of options. He's got this clearly massive piece of bait, yeah? Just like what is this?
That's the chalice. You can't charge
that's
that.
the chalice. Oh, never mind. Sorry, Celeste.
Hashtag bad at life, bad at Warhammer.
Yeah, there we go. So I got them confused right here. So this piece of bait.
Well, I didn't realize I was on the air with Simon Speckles.
Yeah.
Boom, roasted. Now, one thing I am thinking is if he did get the turn, if Bill did get the turn, and he moved this Terrorgeist up, I don't know how big the gap is here, but he could shoot this gap and possibly fit in right there. But that might be intentional on Vince's part, right? He's set him up with a square peg for a square hole if he makes a long enough charge to get in there. But I doubt, it's immaterial. It doesn't matter. It's not his turn. But I wonder if Bill could have made fit right here to get a big fight off.
I don't know.
But he would have been fighting last.
I don't think Vince should have taken it because realistically, in this scenario, if Vince doesn't take it, he's still set up for the double later on in the game. It's quite early to do so.
And now he's risking giving up the double down the line.
He is absolutely against a pretty I wonder if he's going to change his mind.
Also, update: Vince is at 8 command points.
Okay, so he's definitely not going to change his mind as he started to generate those points there.
No.
So
Looks like he's casting right now.
He might try and unbind the chalice, which would be a sensible choice. He's got lots of options to do so. We might see that go off the board.
The epitome gets to unbind or dispel once too.
Yeah. A rerollable attempt as well. So I think that's going to be really important. But I don't think he's decided to. Maybe he just wants to just nuke this, and it isn't going to be an issue. This isn't really far enough for this Ghoul King on Terrorgeist to come in and attack and engage over here, although it is. So they might just flip flanks down this side on this turn, which is interesting. You've got the option for Celeste to go in there as well.
Now that these are so far away, their range in terms of the damage they can project probably is about like this, which means if the Ghoul King were to come down, it would be able to claim that, probably kill those Hellstriders. But Celeste has gone for a nice long run up there, all the way up, pretty close to that Ghoul King on Terrorgeist. It's a pretty ballsy move. I think that also is hashtag bait.
I think so, but also, is this not? Can we just get a zoom in on this? Oh, hold on, yeah. This part of the board, please, Colin. I'm pretty certain. I'm not pretty certain, but I think that's the charnel throne. So I'm going to just double check that.
It is.
And then there might be a bunch of characters in there, which Celeste is basically threatening.
Right.
Yeah. And Dallin Supervisor in the chat is saying go red, so he's all about Bill at this stage. That is not.
That is a building.
That is a building. Interesting. Okay, never
Where
mind.
is the charnel throne?
Where is the charnel throne on the board? We'll find out where that is in a moment. Thank you. If we go to the top down again.
Oh, I think I see it. It's right.
It's okay. Our men on the ground can find it for us
someday. Oh, it's right. What?
It's fine.
It's this.
No, that's what we just signaled.
No, this is what we just saw. That's the charnel throne. Yeah, Speckle just pointed to it.
You mean John?
I haven't been drinking. You've been drinking.
Right, so let's see what's actually happened.
You're not my
The
dad.
Hellstriders have been aggressive here and moved forward, as has this Keeper of Secrets. This Keeper of Secrets is the general. It's kitted out to do the murder, and it's going to go in here and do the work. So it's got the ability to make this on a 2+, strike last, and is going to pile in, attack, and potentially go twice. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see that action.
Now, it looks like the epitome is still back here. It will, yeah, so the epitome is one of the only ways you can stack going last in the Slaanesh army.
Yes.
Because every hero gives it out in the charge phase, but the epitome can also give it out at the beginning of the combat phase.
Very powerful.
Now, that would be really useful against the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist for the Gristlegore General if it were to charge, but in the new rules of Gristlegore, it doesn't get to fight first unless it's charged.
Yes. Yeah, so we need to find out where the contorted epitome had gone. It actually retreated there and then gone forward. So I don't think it's going to be in range now. But it's a great a great layer of protection in case that 2+ doesn't work.
I like this question from Death 1942. Does he need to keep the Keeper backed up by those Seekers, or can the Keeper do all the hard work on its own? First of all, those are Hellstriders, but understandable distinction. I would say my guess is this Keeper's going to go in and try to just kill it, and then the Hellstriders are going to be there basically left as something to hold the objective.
Yeah, so that Keeper then, if it wants to...
Because Feck still has good summoning, and he hasn't summoned everything that he can with his current summoning points, so there could be something brought on right here that would then reclaim that.
Yeah, we're just going to get a top-down now on where the
characters on the Charnel Throne are?
Yeah, the characters on the Charnel Throne are, which is our other shot. There it is. And then we're just going to pull out for some context so we can see... There we go.
You should know me better than this, Rob. I never pull out.
There we go. So it's at the back corner of the board. That's where it is, over on that. So there it is. We'll go back to the tabletop now, and you'll see exactly it's over here. There you go, because it's near the red.
The two characters are marked in red.
I'm sure we've been there 3 times.
I know. Someday we'll get this down.
Exactly.
Practice makes perfection.
All day long. Is that piece of paper ever coming off the tabletop, or is that... Just wondering.
I didn't catch your question.
We solved it.
What was the question?
There was no question.
Oh, good. Good talk.
So the other Keeper of Secrets has also moved up the board as well. Yeah. Right here.
This is basically what I said, but aggressive instead of waiting for as bait.
I personally don't think that needed to be, because again, there's the potential chance of the charge. It'd be nice to know from the table boss exactly how far that charge is going to be, or what he needs to achieve the charge.
Manji Masudai.
I'm interested.
For following.
Also in the Twitch chat and everyone watching, who are you voting for to win the round?
Oh, what's up, Elf Bro?
Hey, Elf
Welcome
Bro.
to the chat. There's no law on that Elf Bra White Claw. First Keeper going for the charge.
That's big.
He got an 8. I think he probably needed a 7. It looks like he's going to be in. Oh, he needed a 5. Well, my depth perception is pretty bad up here. Like I told you, all I can really eyeball is 2.5 inches. It needed to be 7 because he's going around the building, so he did make it.
Boom. So
now, it looks like that other Keeper is going to need a really high roll.
Yeah, so what he wants to do is he wants to go as far as he can, and he wants to try and leave a gap for the other Keeper of Secrets.
I don't think there is one. Although, one rule that most people play incorrectly is walls are climbable, so if the Keeper goes to here and has the extra movement, it can go up the wall and around.
They may also have just agreed that it's impassable.
I'm gonna say I doubt that happened, because there's no ruling about the word impassable. That's an old concept.
I know. But I actually do it with every game I play. Otherwise, I can do some janky ass shit.
All sorts of janky ass shit.
Yeah.
Looks like Celeste just made a 6-inch shard, needed a 5, made a 6.
Celeste.
Thematic for
here.
Slaanesh. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I told you the characters were right there.
What the hell? So yeah, Celeste is here. Well, I didn't think so, and then we zoomed in, and it was a building.
You never believe me.
I do believe you so much.
No, you don't.
I really do.
You think I'm stupid.
So that means these
You're
characters.
not wrong. You think it.
These characters on the Charnel Throne are threatened, and the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist are threatened. So Bill might lose some pretty key pieces in this combat phase.
I thought you were just going to end that sentence there. So Bill might lose. The Locust went off on the Archregent from Celeste.
And now I guess we're finding out whether or not... can we get a close-up on the combat on the right-hand side? So the two important combats are obviously the combat in the center and the combat on the right-hand side.
The Locusts, all the loci have gone off, so all of the...
The low-key?
Not super intense, not over the top, not high-key, but low-key.
Yeah. So that means that... Which unit do you think is going to activate first? Because you have...
It doesn't matter, because all the important stuff goes last.
That's true. It's just still which one do you think he's going to go with out of...
Just from a psychology perspective, I'm going to say that I think Vince is most interested in going first with Celeste, because there is still one model over here that can fight. So my guess is he's going to put... So Celeste gets to fight twice, so he'll activate once into the model here that is not yet low side. Then he puts the other attack when he activates a second time into the one that hadn't been killed yet. From there, he can activate the Greater Demon and the one on the far left at his sort of leisure.
So the this Ghoul King on Terrorgeist you can see here that's now been charged by this Keeper of Secrets has got the answer. It's got the 5-up damage prevention roll on it. Unholy Vigor.
Vitality.
And Vigor.
You can't say that word here. You can say Vigor.
Unholy
Vigor.
Vitality.
You can't say Vigor.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's offensive. So it's more survivable, but do we think that Keeper of Secrets is going to be able to go through it is the question. What are your thoughts in the Twitch chat and what are your thoughts, Mr. Jacob Berry?
Well, I think if Vince was really playing well here, he would probably give it the reroll ones to hit and then also make sure that he could pile in twice.
Reroll once to hit and then pile in twice.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to happen.
Because Invaders isn't the one that lets him reroll to hit.
Yeah.
Is it? You don't get to reroll to hit with Invaders?
I don't think so.
Unless that's the one that you reroll hits on the charge. I'll double check. Do you think it can go through it?
So the question is, I don't. Maybe he's unwounded. It just depends on whether or not he's got the good enough saves. If he makes some cheeky 6-up saves, he's going to be in a good spot. If he doesn't, I know that's obviously just calling the dice rolls, but I think either way, the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist still does the serious damage back. I think I just saw a 6 to save. No, that was from Vince actually.
4 wounds went through to the Archregent on Ghoul King from the Seeker from the Keeper.
No, so the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist.
Yes. What did I say?
The Archregent. Yeah. So that's not a lot so far, but it's still good enough to start chipping down its wounds. Whether or not it's actually going to die. We're going to see
another 4 wounds just went through onto the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist.
So that's 8 cumulative now.
That's got 6 remaining.
And then he hasn't yet attacked twice. Hasn't yet attacked for a second time. So if we see this model go down, that's going to really change the shape of the game.
So we've got 10 damage going through currently to the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, but it looks like we've got the DPRs going through right now. So it looks like only
a bunch of 5+s there.
Yeah, a good number.
No,
he's been removed.
He's just lost his.
He is DED dead.
He is so dead. That is a big X.
Dead.
That is massive.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at
just
that?
Look at it.
So is he going to spend a command point to be able to attack back?
He just spent the command point to attack back.
Okay, so is that Keeper going to die in return?
But it's going to rack up some crazy depravity if he does.
He is. Well, he's already racked up the depravity for all of those wounds he did.
Sure.
So 13 depravity.
But when he attacks back, it's just giving him more. So even if he does end up killing that Keeper, this Keeper can just summon a new one if he wants to. Because in killing this, the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, and then if enough damage goes back to that Keeper, it's going to be more than enough to get the 26 needed to bring on a new Keeper.
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is. And then he's just going to be dead. He's going to have lost nothing in that sum game. So,
right.
Do you think Bill should have just deployed that unit deeper because he deployed it on the line as opposed to deploying it back?
Maybe, but he rolled pretty well on his charge, and he had enough command points to re-roll it.
Yeah,
looks like we got 3 wounds on the Keeper.
But he was sat on the objective. He could have been 6 inches back off the objective.
That's true. But then this unit of Hellsharge could just come right here, outnumber him, and there's no point. You don't even hold it.
Yeah, but he's not. But then he gets a turn to attack. He's not just
dead. Yeah, but
dead.
it's like we talked about. You might as well not control it.
Yeah, but the Seekers might as well not control it at that point. We've seen the Keeper of Secrets get lifted as well.
Looks like the Keeper's removed as well. So we'll see that Keeper again soon, as soon as Vince gets another turn.
Or a different one.
Different Keeper. Yeah, it could be the Man Keeper with the big old crotch rocket.
We've also got the Chariot of Slaanesh as well, which I know Vince has also got painted up. He's got a big summoning pool. So he's gonna pile in and attack twice.
Smart move.
Can
he play?
So it's almost
can he play? Yes, he can.
It's almost like that there is no negative to losing your model in this scenario. He's traded twice.
I think there's definitely a downside because now he's still got all this power here. He can project, summon a ton of things, and then send Ombre over this way.
You're right.
That's the wrong order. He would move first and then summon here.
No, you are right. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Would you look at that?
But what it doesn't actually achieve realistically.
We're currently at 38 depravity points, by the way, which is a Keeper and a unit.
What I was talking about was the in-game effect of how incredibly useful a Ghoul King on Terrorgeist is.
Very useful.
Because Slaanesh obviously is the most busted book that's currently out. That's the facts.
Looks like we're wiping all of those Hellstriders as well.
There you
which
go.
Should be giving a bit more depravity. And the last report I got was we're at 38 depravity.
Yes.
Oh, there is one Hellstrider left.
Yeah, that's good. That's good news. Keep him alive.
Well, you know that Vince
Go
is
to
going
the
to keep
top
him
down,
alive
please.
using the command point because he has a bajillion D.
He does. He's got 8 currently, which is just crazy. So he's just having 8 command points. So looking at the tabletop there, which is from an odd angle. Can we have the other top down? That'd be sweet. Thanks. Looking at it there. So this top objective now is being claimed, it's being contested pretty heavily. And really,
no, there's actually nobody who controls it.
Yeah, but there is still in the center. There's still Celeste is still involved in that fight
with 2 characters.
And punching through.
Celeste is essentially 2 characters as well, and will pile in twice just using the way that her and his activations work. So, interestingly enough, Vince won't be claiming this objective because there's no models there after the Ghoul King basically said, well, you're going to kill me, but I'm a hand grenade, so I explode everything. But, and when Bill gets to go, potentially, he's going to be able to bring on some more summoning to help contest that objective. But it's looking pretty grim for the FEC right now.
It really is.
And Vince hasn't even summoned anything yet.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. And also what's really interesting about
Celeste has actually taken 8 wounds, purportedly.
Oh, from the Arc
No
region.
saves were made.
No saves were made? No.
Celeste did not succeed on any saves. And looks like the Flesh Eater player is fighting again. That doesn't look like enough dice to be attacks from the Arch Regent, who has 7 attacks.
Okay. 7 attacks on the Arc Regent currently.
Celeste is down.
Wow.
And looks like we've got some more depravity for Slaanesh, so we should be looking in the 45 range now.
Wowee. That's crazy.
But I'm not a mathematician.
So what's really interesting about the Slaanesh build and about Slaanesh armies, if you guys haven't paid attention just now, is because Vince turned up with maximum heroes. So even though he's just lost 2, he's still got a whole bunch of places here that he's going to be able to summon from, and in fact the mask that's over here. So he's got loads and loads of options for where he wants to put his summoning on the board. So, and also when you lose wounds from those heroes, you also get summoning points, which is why most of the Slaanesh builds we're seeing now are running 6 heroes.
Right. I won't say you're dumb not to, but it's not smart not to.
I agree.
Looks like the mask is attacking the ghouls or the coordinator now.
There's this ongoing combat on the left-hand side. I'm quite surprised Celeste died, but do you think that was just good rolling?
I think it was poor timing in terms of activation because Celeste was the only one that could be threatened, and attacking with that keeper first, who had already succeeded on getting the locust off, may have been a misplay on Vince's part.
Okay, very, very interesting. No, I couldn't agree with you more. That makes loads of sense.
But it's not like he's going to pay for it because he's already got almost 2 keepers worth of summoning at this point.
Yeah, but
we're at 49 depravity points. I wish viewers you could see my face right now.
He's very upset. The
ghouls are piling into the mask. The mask didn't kill them all.
So that's happening over here. So there's basically half a new army ready to put on the board, already only on turn 2.
No, it's only 800 points worth.
It's completely fine. I suppose no one else.
I would liken myself right now to a dog sitting in a room full of fire saying, everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I agree. I suppose actually Games Workshop obviously have done their streams, but they would never call it out. It's fucking dumb the amount of depravity points you could summon. We haven't actually said that.
Yeah, the way depravity works is really bent.
Really.
The fact that there's been some serious damage coming from the FEC player, and this Slaanesh player, Vince is about to put on 700 or 800 points more. Well, we're at 50 depravity now. I guess a ghoul did a wound. In case you wanted to know, we're at 50 fucking depravity points.
It's not that it's not that it's stupid. It's just
It's that it's moronic.
Yeah, they've had no thought put into it as a battle tome.
I don't think that's true. I think they put a lot. No. Like I'm not gonna mince words about this. I'm sure they put a lot of thought into it. The problem is their thinking was fucking dumb. They didn't think through the cause and
I
effect.
suppose if you get enough monkeys typing away at a typewriter, you'll end up with depravity like this. No, this. Shakespeare would be impossible because that's a work of art. You could end up with this, though.
I would say this is a work of depraved art.
Yeah.
Flesh Eater, of course, is getting the turn. Yeah. So it is still 2-2.
It is still 2-2.
On objective I'm sorry, it's 4-2 because Vince is scoring 2 points.
Yes.
But I will say...
And he also missed out. What's also really interesting to hear is he did miss out on that bonus point from taking the objective for Total Conquest, which is a bit of a shame.
He'll be getting it next. Depending on how Bill summons, it could be harder for him to get.
Yeah.
But all of that said, Vince is still in a terrific place of power.
Vince has only got 8 CP though, so
no, I think it might be 9.
Has he got 9 CP? We're gonna find out.
Oh, and it looks like Bill is really swinging for the fences here and casting Quicksilver swords. The racist swords.
The racist swords are on the tabletop.
Twice as hard against Slaanesh and still give him more depravity.
Yes. They can also heal. So they should also have healing spells. They have a D6 healing spell.
Well, all of the keepers have the hand, so they get to heal when they do damage.
Yeah, they also heal, which is more depravity points if you actually work it through. Like, you can't do chip damage to them. You have to kill them dead.
The dragon just cast Ferocious Hunger, or has Ferocious Hunger cast upon him.
Oh, a double 6 actually.
Looks like a boxcar. No, never commentate on dice rolls.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because at this point, it's not a game. Sorry, Bill.
I believe in you. Does everyone else in the chat think Bill can win it? I don't, but I'm hoping.
I'll take any bets here. If you want to make a bet with me, give me the terms in the chat, and I'll accept it.
Could you do? We're gonna do box bets. Like, I don't know what that means.
Like I'll buy you like a subscription to like a underwear and sock service or something.
Yeah, that sounds good.
MeUndies is supposed to be really good. I haven't seen them.
Okay,
but in the order of Slaanesh.
Let's talk about what Bill can do here. Yeah, so he's obviously
start packing up his models. Just go ahead and call for his dinner reservation.
Look, he's trying, and
I know.
We need to work out how he could. How would we try and claw this game back? He can still just win this flank. That's a fact that he can do it.
Sure,
that's true. So he's got that potential.
Is moving away from the throne. So is the courtier, or the Ghoul King. You know.
Death 1942 has got a question. Should Bill have tried to slow the game down a bit and sit on the board edge to delay the summon? I think he could have. What's really interesting here is when he summoned the ghouls, is he summoned them aggressively for no real gain. What he could have done is summon them here, replaced himself, and then gone down to a double refuse, like a strike flank. And then
double refuse flank. I deployed nothing on either side.
Yeah. Sorry. So he could have switched flanks,
right?
Yeah, and then he could have gone aggressive. The issue is the keepers were here; they could have come over as well, but they're super fragile and they want to be like a little bit defensive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's what he could have done. Like sat off. I would be really interested to find out what he planned to do in that turn.
Yeah. So there's a common refrain when you hear people talking about how to play against Slaanesh, and it's if you kill the heroes, they can't summon. Now, this was never going to happen against Vince. He's playing 6 heroes. He's got 2 of them really defensively that are never going to get caught.
They're here and here.
And here.
Well, I
which,
mean,
even though he charged it.
It's not defensive, though. It's like in the fight.
Against 10 ghouls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. And a courtier.
Fair.
Learn to fear the courtier, my dear.
Oh, dear. Anyway, what we've got here is
courtier, my dear. The ghouls are at the back. There we go. So he is going to go for this objective.
He is,
and try and flip it. And that is going to get him an extra bonus point. So he'll end up at getting 3 this turn. So he'll actually be up on points.
Not to mention that controlling this terrain piece was Vince's scheme.
Does he have to control it for the whole game or by the end of the game?
At the end of the game.
Okay, so he's got options there.
He's got time. But
Alessi, you guys, we are not going to be at Nova next week because Nova have not deigned to pay for us.
No.
But which you could say Nova.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I would love to do it at Nova, though, and every gaming event in the world. So if you know anyone that would like to hire the Honest Wargamer
or
to
knows
do
how
their
to
live
clone
coverage,
Rob.
or duplicate me, or
Did you
Jacob
say
Perry.
duplicate you?
Yeah, I don't want them to clone me. That's
like
weird.
more than one Jewish person duplicate you?
No, not duplicate me.
Making
Duplicate. Like a dupe. Like the missions that Vince is failing here in holding this objective.
What's funny is Vince designed these cards with Tom and David. So for him to not get his scheme would be the paramount, the pinnacle, the penultimate, no, the ultimate, the alpha and the omega. I know a little bit Greek of
Do you know Greek?
failure. Only in practice.
But I'm sure there will be some sort of live stream coverage. It just won't be as good as this.
All right, so things are looking pretty good for Bill here in terms of short-term gains. But I'm curious to see how he expects to defend this.
That's what I really like about his Sigmar, though. Like realistically, it's adaptive, and I don't love the summoning, especially free summoning. And we're so used to it by now because we're nearly.
Looks like we got 18 mortal wounds coming from that Terrorgeist.
See, Ghoul Kings or Terrorgeist. Ghoul Kings or Terrorgeist are scary when they actually attack.
Yeah,
but
if
when
they
they've
get
been
to
punked
attack,
by a keeper, you know what?
yeah.
It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, it's rough. So what's interesting here is Bill has a chance to swing the game pretty hard back in his favor if he's able to get priority.
Well, I don't know if taking priority is actually the key.
I think it would be, because then he could exert force here, maybe summon or do something to keep Vince off of this objective.
He doesn't have the movement though. Like, in my opinion, or like for my thoughts, what I think he should do is, if he gives the turn, that's at least gonna expose what Vince's plan is. You're right; he's not going to get this back, although it's currently his actually.
So exactly. So right now, Bill is going to get 4 points this turn, right? And if he takes priority and gets another 4 points,
clever.
that may put it out of reach.
So do that for the bonus point.
Right.
Yeah, that's clever.
Thank you.
Yeah, that interesting. So wait, he ends up 4 and 4. So he ends up on
At
10.
10. Now Vince will take this one back, but he won't have a way to get over there.
But he gets a bonus point for that.
That's fine. So he'll get.
He gets 3 there.
Yep.
And then he's in an. Yeah, he's in 3, which is interesting.
Right. So in that turn, depending on priority, if Bill can retain these two, because it might be just too far. Oh, here's the problem. So if in Vince's turn, he moves here, he summons something there, he summons a keeper there.
Yes.
That keeper can get over here easily, or you can summon off of that keeper, just chain.
There are some heroes here, though.
All right, we've got priority coming up here.
Oh, the priority is happening.
This is really big.
Really important.
I'm really curious who got it.
I honestly don't know what to do here.
Looks like Vince has lost the priority.
So Bill's got the decision to make, and this is where I'm at. I think... No, I hear it. So he scored 4 points that turn.
Yeah. I think Bill has to take it.
Maybe.
He's not going to get another chance to score 4.
But then he can counterattack.
What's he going to do? Give away priority and give away points?
But he doesn't go anywhere with this. Like, he sets himself up. Like this, so he's got his biggest threat is going to do.
Bill is taking the turn.
Okay.
Bill is taking priority.
So this guy, I can't wait to see what he does here, because he's got this to do nothing with.
He's casting the D3 extra attacks on the Terrorgeist currently.
I
wonder if he can go fast enough to get over somewhere useful.
Hold on, because Bill's taking the turn, that does mean that Vince gets to move the Quicksilver Swords if they've forgotten that.
It looks like they have.
It's okay to remind them about the endless spell on the board.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that's fine. We don't want anyone to forget that. So I think that's okay. It's not going to impact anything, but
it impacts the game.
Yeah, but Bill needs to know how to play the game, as does Vince. So
are we being instructive, or are we just announcing on how the game is being played?
We are being just announcing, with occasionally reminding
people. We
people.
happen to announce to them that they forgot a rule.
Look, no one wants the LVO thing.
That's fair. I'm not saying one or the other. I just thought that our goal was
mainly
we're documentarians, never to affect the outcome.
Yeah, we are almost always, but that's
except when we feel like telling Vince to move the swords.
Well, anyone to move the swords.
And
the spells is complicated.
You're complicated.
Interestingly, Bill has already. Not Bill, sorry. Vince has already beat Flesh Eat Courts today.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the tabletop. So
yes, he knows what he's up against. He knows what he's doing. So how do you think? What do you think Bill's best strategy to prevent Vince from just summoning and claiming all the objectives in his turn is? Because we're at a bunch of depravity. Last I heard was 50, but it could be 95 at this point.
That's why I don't think
it's still 50. Might as well be 95.
No, I agree with you. I agree
Look what Bill's doing with his terror.
Do you want me to answer the question?
No. Look at what he's doing with the terror guys. Look what he did.
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Look at that.
So what he's planning on doing, I think, is he's planning on countercharging in turn 4 and 5. Yeah. So what we've effectively got is turn 1 flipped. So it was there, and now it's this way, going this way.
Right.
But which is good. But he could have done the same thing. I agree with you about getting the extra point,
right.
like in all ways in taking the turn. That makes sense over here. But he could have done the same thing where he was, because really Vince didn't have enough stuff to threaten in that turn. He could have daisy chained, summoned a keeper, maybe put the keeper in. That could have been something that happened.
Right.
But what he could have done is watched what Vince put out and then use this, because that would have been here and it would have been here, which the Ghoul King on Terror guys had options to go and start taking back 4 bonus points. If he gets the priority roll at that time, he's then thunder rolling back into the game. Thunder rolling, by the way, my new term.
Hashtag thunder rolling.
Hashtag thunder rolling. However, he didn't do that.
Right.
So now he has to play a kind of like what he's playing.
I expect him to now make a semicircle here at 6 inches so that Vince can't get to that objective on this turn. This one's too far away, but again, if the keeper runs 20 inches, summons something 12 inches away, summons something off of that, 12 inches off of that, we're looking at something like 40 inches of board presence.
Yeah, but what Bill's trying to do here, I suppose he's trying to hold on to this small lead.
Interesting that he made a line here instead of a semicircle.
Yeah, very interesting.
It doesn't matter because Vince can't really get anything over there quite right now.
Also, you can either screen out like this, so you screen out like you did, or you can not screen behind, but
you can remain in control behind.
Yeah, you can make it so that, because you can either create screens or you can make it that people have to make the longest charges possible.
Definitely.
And in this situation, I probably would make the longest charge possible, because what he wants to do is drag any summoned units that he ends up putting out so the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist can punch back. Those are my thoughts. Not sure how else to feel. And we've seen the charge going to the mask.
Exactly right. Now, he also pulled his characters back.
It is an interesting game, though, right?
Absolutely. Very engaging. Now, he pulled his 2 characters back, which gives Vince more room to summon. Do you think that it would have made more sense for him to put a character here and a character here so that the closest Vince could summon would be 9 inches from them, and he can't get over here in this turn?
Maybe. So he has some characters here anyway.
Aren't they back here now? Aren't they? Here?
Yeah, potentially. Can we get?
I believe we're looking at the swords behind there, and both the characters are here and here.
So if we could just get a zoom in on this part of the board, that'd be great. Thank you very much.
Be tip top.
Thank you so much, Colin. That's great. That would be real helpful. Thank you very much, Colin.
Arc Regent.
Looks like we've got the Archregent and the Courtier.
There we go. So yeah, they've got the Archregent and Courtier holding that objective. So they're going to need to outnumber them. And they're probably going to just try and do that with 10 Demonettes. But we did see what that Archregent did to Celestia last turn.
Yep.
So, you've got to be careful. It can't be a light unit that gets put into that objective there to try and take it.
No, but at this point, the biggest value for these 2 characters is the 9-inch bubbles of you can't summon here that they can create for Vince. Looks like we're up to 52 depravity at this point. We've got a question from the chat, a really insightful tactical question. Is Vince rocking an apron and are the nipples exposed? No to both and yes to later.
Let's get to the top down again, please. Thank you.
Oh, I like Vince from the top down.
Yeah, it's a good spot, the top down. Oh, it's a good spot, the top down. Apologies. What is he going to do? So the mask over here is going to die. I think it's its last
mask,
dance.
It may have. It's rolling 10 saves currently.
You could say this is a fandango of death.
This is its last hurrah.
A Charleston of demise.
Can Kevin Spacey save the mask from the abhorrent Ghoul King of
it's
the
dead.
small town government that won't let people dance? The answer is no. There is no foot that is loose today.
It's gone.
We're at 54 depravity.
That's crazy.
That is 2 keepers and a little bit of extra just for fun. Turns out, so fun fact, Scrivo thinks that Slaanesh summoning is dumb. What do you think, chat? Yeah, Kevin Spacey. Slaanesh. I'm talking about not Kevin Spacey. Kevin Bacon. Kevin Spacey's the bad one. He's actually very Slaaneshy, isn't he?
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon is in Footloose. Kevin Spacey is the one from...
Kevin Spacey is all the sorts of Slaanesh that you don't want to talk about.
You're right. I love shark people. It is Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, the award-winning, Academy Award-winning sex criminal. That's correct.
Looks like we're on to...
We are now into Slaanesh's turn 3, which means we'll get a score
so
update.
Bill didn't spend any command points, so he is starting to rack them back up, which means he will be able to fight with that Terrorgeist if it does get killed.
We've had a message from Rage of Sigmar Joe in the chat. He says, "Hey guys, just want to say hey to you too." And we're going to find out. We're now into Slaanesh's turn 3. Excellent. And it's been a pretty fast-paced game, but it's also been tense and exciting, right?
It's very tactical. It's very engaged. Both players operating at the very limits of tactics and talent, and
now Vince can now just summon, so he doesn't have to rely on that so much now this turn.
Right. And there's only absolutely, but it's really balanced. It's super balanced because Bill also gets to summon. He can summon a whole 3 Flayers at this point.
3 Flayers?
Yeah.
But wait, versus 2 Keepers of Secrets.
And 2 extra summoning points. and Slaanesh hasn't even had its turn yet. We're at 57. My mistake.
Yeah,
so we're almost up to getting a 5-pack of Demonettes now.
He's only got 8 CP though, so he's really going to struggle for his resource management. That's an issue, I feel.
Yeah. Joe Pagano asks, "Can we come hang out?" No, but if you come hang out over here, we can have you be an infield reporter.
Yeah, you can come be the infield reporter, Joe Pagano, and do some...
Oh, maybe he wasn't talking to us. Maybe he was talking to Tomb King Tristan.
Oh, okay.
How long is the flight, Tomb King Tristan? Yeah, we're at 10 CP.
10?
I didn't know this went to double digits.
I didn't know you could double-digit CP. Like, that's never been something I've seen.
Apparently he's using 2 dice to count how many CP he has.
What's he even going to do with it all? That's
I'm going to tell you what I love about Vince. If you look at Vince Ventrella, his shirt is blue and pink and purple, just like all of his models. It fits perfectly. So it looks like Vince is measuring to see where he can summon. He's trying to figure out what he can bring on. Oh, Vince doesn't even have to put anything up here because he's got that Hellstrider. So this Keeper can just run straight around and start to summon all the way out. Although it is blocked right here, but anything on that line can make that 9-inch charge.
Yeah. Okay, I think I agree with you that the summoning is dumb. Yeah, I make that all myself, or all of us, everyone in the chat, everyone watching this back. We all agree that the summoning is dumb. But you can still misplay it. You can still do bad things with it.
And Vince has the opportunity to lose the game here.
He has the opportunity
to win it.
Yeah. And when your opponent does have to make choices, he does make mistakes.
Definitely.
But I'm not.
And Bill's put pressure on him, and pressure is what causes mistakes.
Absolutely.
Unforced errors come from pressure.
Yeah.
Wolf Priest C. Jarl has some insider information about the color of Vince on the inside. I'm going to go with handsome.
Here we go. So he's starting to work out where he can put units on the board.
The mask is gone, so the question is where can he put models? Because he can't summon from over here anymore because the mask is gone.
No.
So it's got to come from here, or we've got the Enrapturus and the Epitome.
And I think you're right. He's only going to be able to. I think he can summon 2 Keepers of Secrets, but he probably will only put 1 down because he'll end up. Look.
I imagine he can daisy chain with from the keeper, 12 inches gets you an Enrapturous, another 12 gets you another Enrapturous, and then you get a keeper right here to charge whatever you want. If that keeper goes in there, it's going to get to fight twice. It'll probably kill both of those. It's unlikely that the keeper gets killed back by an Archregent and a Ghoul King. And so it seems like it would be pretty powerful.
I think so.
Alternatively, it could charge down here because that's... But then there's a counter charge coming in, so that's probably not as good a choice.
Well, so it's either like you. I think this move that you talked about here is a sensible move.
Hypno Kraken.
Slaanesh, more like Poopesh.
Got him.
You burned him, Hypno Kraken.
Hashtag boom roasted.
But what's really exciting about the priority roll, because we're about to go into it after this turn, is if you did summon a keep and a hit and go in, you're right. You've then got the counter charge over the top. But this is where that you're only if there's the priority goes to
Bill's way.
Goes Bill's way, and if it does, then you still have the counter charge from Slaanesh.
It looks like Bill is in trouble either way. The question is how much can he hold on to? Because if Slaanesh gets a priority, Bill is probably going to be out of models. It will be the game. There will be no models left, and it'll be just time for Vince to clean up.
The question in the chat. So if you are just joining us, thank you. We are in Game 3 of Nashcon 2019 here live in Nashville, USA. This is a Age of Sigmar match play tournament.
Rage of Sigmar match play tournament.
At 2,000 points. This is Game 3. There is 2 more games tomorrow, so you'll be able to see who wins the tournament.
Now, interestingly, it looks like Vince has no models over here to contest that objective, which, again, it's not the objective. It's his scheme was to control the water wheel. And Bill's objective was to kill this model here. So Bill's got to really fight to get that girl because he's probably not going to get the major win. But if Bill is able to get his 9 points, his secondary objective, and deny Vince, that's an 18-point swing.
That's massive. That's massive.
Looks like we're measuring right now from how much or where we can summon from the queen right here. He's spending 10, I believe, to bring on a Herald.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the Blade Singer or the... They all change their names.
The
Flesh Spear? That's not a... Oh! The Herald, yeah. And this is one of the custom models he converted from the Shadow Spear Sorceress.
Yes, it's very,
really
very
model.
cool looking.
If you want to zoom in on that column, that'd be great. Only 47 depravity left. Don't worry, folks.
Also, yeah, we need to get the score updated for round 3.
No,
Thank you, Mytal.
It's the score.
So he took the objective in turn 2, and then that means he doesn't get the bonus point in turn 3. So he just held the 3 objectives. So max he could have scored his 3. So that's the correct decision. So it's 4-3.
He
took it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So on turn 3 he scored 3. So he scored 2, 4, and 3. Shout out Mytel, appreciate that. There we go. Look at that, the chariot. Look at that. There it is.
Beautiful.
It is. It's a beautiful model.
If we can get a zoom in on that one, that's a great model to look at too. Oh, and this one does impact hits. So if it charges up here, it's going to probably be able to do some mortal wounds up there, and with its different attacks, it may be able to take out. Oh, and another Keeper's Secrets.
2 huge characters, which meaning Vince.
How many depravity left? Only 25 or 26 left.
Also meaning Vince has actually played this game with 8 characters.
9.
6 plus 2.
Plus 3.
Oh yeah, plus that other one. 9 characters. I've got 10 CP and 9 characters, and I'm loving life.
3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 9. That's quick maths.
Yeah. So you're looking at nearly 800 points being deployed up here for free.
For free.
For free.
No, but the points are... The summoning points are baked into the points.
Absorbed in the points.
I'm sorry, Ben Johnson,
but
you didn't absorb enough. Absorb better next time. I love you, bud.
So who do you think they're going to charge at?
Yeah, sure. I would assume the best choice to charge would be this Herald on the Secret Chariot, because, again, it's going to do mortal wounds, I believe, on a 2-up when it ends a charge move within 1 inch, as well as at the start of the combat phase. But if it's the Keeper, if it's the chariot that I think it is. Oh, he's charged the keeper. But if it's the chariot I think it is, it does both impact hits or at the end of the charge phase and also at the beginning of the combat phase.
Yep. It's going to rifle through those guys.
Looks like he rolled not very high, but he's got 1 billion CP. I think he's only down to 8 now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was enough to get him in. So it looks like he's failed the charge with the chariot, but he's still got the keeper into those 2 characters. I doubt he's really sweating that very much.
No, I think a keeper.
The herald is.
I don't think it's going to make the charge.
I don't understand which herald is charging now.
Well, we'll get told from the tabletop. There we go.
Oh, into the ghouls. I forgot about the ghouls.
The ghouls.
So we've got a charge coming in here.
Yeah.
I wonder if that.
Do you reckon that's a ghoul move?
Oh.
Or is he a ghoul guy? What are your thoughts?
I think your pun game is so strong, I may come after you.
Okay.
I would love to court you.
Nice. I'd be aghast. I
hate you, Rob.
So killing these ghouls, that's going to be important.
There's no striking last going on. All of the loci of distraction
failed.
have failed.
Imagine if that had happened the turn before. That would have been big.
Yeah.
That's why
if
our
only
conversation
imagining
about
would make
this
it happen.
turn, much more different when there's not the extra bonus point.
Yeah, the extra point makes it hard. Because Vince is going to probably score 4-5 here, if not 7. But that 5 puts them at tied, and then it's Vince's game. Because there's no way, there's just not enough on the board for Bill to come back.
No, I mean, although that Ghoul King on Terrorgeist can absolutely just right. I mean, this is a plum spot. Yeah, to just go murder. But then if he gets
to fight.
Yeah, if he gets to fight, he doesn't get loci.
The Archregent has 6 wounds
Such
at
a
the
dumb
moment.
army. What the fuck? How are you
think
going to deal with
Rob.
it? I'm just not going to deal with it. That's how I'm going to live. I'm going to
broke
live the
Rob.
life of Riley.
Someone please unplug and plug back in Rob. I think we broke him.
Oh my god.
Looking at 5 wounds on that Archregent.
Please join us tomorrow for 2 more games of this.
He's down
bullshit.
to 1 wound, and I'm sure we're back up now to 94 depravity.
Also, he's getting more. He's getting more DP right now.
Double penetration.
We're getting more of it.
Yeah.
It's really fun watching Slaanesh in action, though.
It's so fun.
Because
it's so balanced.
Because last week at Capital City Bloodbath.
Yeah, Bloodbath.
Alex.
And go on.
Alex won a 6-game tournament with Carriage and Overlords, shooting 3 Slaanesh armies to death.
That's outstanding. I love it. We're actually going to be going to our field reporter in a minute.
Yeah, we are, but we're going to need to.
Not quite yet. But
he's going to need to be in the field, and our man Colin is going to need to get a camera on him.
Yeah, exactly. But our good friend Joe Pagano is going to be doing an interview with a good friend Bryce, who's running his IDANET.
Yeah, he is. So we're going to be getting an infield report in a moment, and then we'll find out how these combats resolve. We got to make it fairly quick. Because obviously we got a priority roll coming up, and that is probably going to be a game-deciding priority roll.
I'm gonna disagree with you there, Rob. I don't think this priority roll can do enough for Bill.
Agreed. He's got to take this risk at this stage. You do know it's a 1 in 6 chance.
You think he has to risk it for the Reuben sandwich?
Think of it not that he's going to roll. He has to roll a 1. That he has to roll a 6 in order to win the game. Roll a 6. Think about that.
Okay, so if Vince rolls a 1, he could have a game.
Yes.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, that's a general thought.
Yep.
Because it does seem almost, a lot of people do things just going. I hope it happens. Double 6 charge, for instance.
Yeah.
All right, we're pretty certain now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or now, in a moment, we might be able to go to our infield reporter, Mr. Joe Pagano, and he's going to be introducing.
Hi, I'm Joe with the Honest Wargamer, and right here I have with me Bryce Schultz, and he's going to tell us a fun-filled story from his excellent game just now. How many eels were you running in your Deepkin list?
15.
So do you watch a lot of hentai?
I love hentai.
Oh, you're just really into it, right?
Yeah, super into it.
Excellent. So when you jammed all those eels into someone's orifice, what orifice were you jamming them into?
Straight up a Star Drake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I really went for it.
Yeah. So they were more Morsar guard, correct?
Correct. Yeah,
So
more so.
how many mortal wounds did you do?
So I rolled up 15, so I did 17 mortal wounds on that, and he saved 10 of them.
Oh, wow. That's wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. So 10 of them, and then -2 Ren into a Star Drake who had staunch, really went for it. Did 15 wounds total.
Wow. Would you look at that? So sometimes the best laid plans of mice and men, or with eels, it just doesn't work out for you. So I'm sorry about that unfortunate experience, but that Star Drake had a wonderful eel colonic. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, he healed all 15 wounds on his next turn.
Oh my God. All right, back to you, Robin Jacob.
And here we are back into the game. It looks like at this point we're into. Are we into the next battle round yet, or are we doing combats? No, it looks like we're resolving some combats. Looks like the mask is fighting now against those ghouls. So the ghouls are piling in against the mask of Slaanesh. And I wonder, I'm sorry, not the mask, the herald. I wonder how much damage those ghouls that are there can do to that herald.
Okay, we're going to just find out some information there. Just welcome back to Nashcon.
We're still here. We've been here at Nashcon, but we're looking at this, the ghoul that's going to be fighting against, the ghouls that are going to be fighting against the herald. They don't have any buffs off. There's no added attacks. There's no DPR there for the ghouls, so they're just going in pretty much straight.
So big news from the tabletop, Mr. Jacob Berry, is in that top left-hand corner, those two characters, both of them lived against the Keeper of Secrets, meaning that the Keeper of Secrets did not take the objective, which is a 2-point swing that Vince did not get this turn.
Wow.
Huge.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Absolutely massive.
Look at it.
And as you can
Just
see,
look at it.
As you can see, Vince spent CP as well to get to attack again, so he just did not get that. How huge is that?
That's enormous. I would say that's at least 5 inches.
It's a big swing. It's a big swing.
So
now.
depending on how the other combats go, we could be looking at only a 3-point turn for Vince, which would be 9-7. But until the turn ends, we can't really decide what the score is going to be yet.
No, we can't. And then also going into the priority roll, if it does go Bill's way, Bill might still be able to. Bill has to do it. Like there's no.
He's got to go for it.
Like he just has to charge in. There's no safe play now. And now we get into what the fun of Warhammer is. Like.
Is that what this is? Is that what this is? I had to power through all of this pain to get to the fun part.
Is this not just going to be absolutely wild? Are we not just going to see... What if this, Cooking on Terror guys, who somehow in this situation is the good guy...
Right?
Right? What? Like, none of us thought that.
I'll tell you what I think needs to happen. Ghoul King flies to here. Ghoul King charges there. Fights outside of 6, so he's only on a 4-up to get swatted.
Yeah.
Piles in here to get closer, fights, kills it, command point, fights, kills there. It's a real long shot.
It is a real long shot, yeah.
But it's doable.
No, because in order to attack, move, pile in 3, 9. Yeah, so he's got potentially a 9-inch range. So like you said, he's outside of 6 here, and then he moves 3. Then he piles in.
That Keeper of Secrets has 5 wounds left, for the record.
What? Can we just talk about that arc region?
That arch region is a motherfucking bam.
He does not give a fuck. He is just there beating up Keepers of Secrets.
Turns out that arch regent has a new name, and his name is Honey Badger, because Honey Badger don't give a fuck.
He don't give no fuck, no day.
Oh, look at that. Archregent has an open hand. It's empty. Turns out that's how many fucks he gives. He don't give a fuck.
Also, that Art Regent in his next turn, he doesn't heal D3. He heals a flat 3.
Flat.
Just flat 3 heals.
Yep, healing 3 straight back up. That's going to be pretty handy. Although the Keeper did just heal 3 wounds because of her Sinistrous hand.
Okay,
so
sneaky. Back up to 7.
She's got up to 8.
8.
I believe.
5. Oh, yeah. So we're into the priority roll. Yes or no? No. We're waiting to find out. No.
And it looks like Vince has controlled the whole thing, and the game is over.
Yeah.
Slaanesh. JK, folks.
I think that's right. So, as you can see, Bill still holds the top and the bottom on the left-hand side, and then right-hand side is all blue.
And as it should be, Slaanesh is always controlling tops and bottoms of
Exactly.
all types.
Oh my god, this party roll is so
tops.
fucking tense.
All right, if you were playing right now, Rob, if you were the Terrorgeist, I'm sorry, if you're the Flesh Your Course player, you would take priority if given, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you were Slaanesh, you would take priority if given.
Yeah.
So this is really big, luckily for the narrative of this round, Flesh Eater Courts has the slight advantage because ties go to the runner.
Yes, absolutely. This is tense. So they're just talking it through. He has to hold that objective. He's talking about that.
It should be 7 points.
Vince is also saying. Vince is actually, FYI, I was at the tabletop earlier while playing and beating Bill at a moment. Now it's a draw. He was also giving him painting advice as he played.
Of course he is.
Of course he
Vince is a gem.
Yeah, he was just like, have you ever thought about using some Agrellan earth inside a paint pot while you shake it and then apply contrast over the top of it? And then Bill was like, what the hell did you just tell me?
What?
Exactly. You know how good
is
he is
there
as
a Warhammer cheating thing that I can watch on that?
Yeah. I think
Priority roll. Here we go. We got a 4 and a 1. So Vince is not going to get priority. It's up to Bill here. Swing for the fences, Billy boy.
Go on, Bill.
Make all our dreams come true.
Bill's going in.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
So Vince rolled a 1 on a very critical roll.
Very critical roll.
What that tells me is he could do it again.
Now,
if Bill goes balls to the walls.
That's the only way.
No, it's not. It's not the only way because he could end up here we talked about.
Yeah. He could do your
By the way,
version.
I've taken a real shine to this view of Vince.
Yeah. There's not much. He hasn't got many plays to make. Those ghouls, by the way, would be super sensible in just retreating out of combat.
Oh, Quicksilver swords. That means Vince gets to activate it again.
Oh, he
but
does.
But there's nothing over there that it can hurt.
No.
He's probably just moving it out of the way.
Of his own stuff. Yeah.
Let's not forget that Bill can bring on 3 flayers right here. If they can make a 9-inch charge, that's another 2-point swing.
But Bill's only got the 1 command point. So does he use it for the flayers, or
he's
going to
get a second command point?
So
it's a turn.
Is that?
He had that 1 before.
Perfect.
So he should end up with 2.
So he's going to be on 2. So yeah, he can summon that at the back. And I think we might see that. And then he could potentially do the pile-in and double attack.
A gut wrencher.
This is tense.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Who out there is, for the gamer who doesn't like losing 16.60% of the time, if it's a 16% chance, it's still a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
You're saying
also,
it's probable.
If we're using normal math, rounding up would say it's actually a 17% chance. Because I'm not going to read all those 6s because I'll be here forever.
And also,
literally.
There's an old guy that used to commentate on Warhammer Live. Yeah, he's not a particularly great fella, but he always used to say you either did or you didn't, and it was a 50-50 chance. That's what he always used to say.
I think there's an in-joke here I'm not getting.
It was me.
Oh. You are getting some grays in your beard. Does the carpet match the drapes? Are you getting some grays down there too?
100%.
Some smoky crotch?
I shave everywhere. Yeah, neck down.
Really? Your butthole too?
No, my toes. Everything.
I believe you about the toes. I don't believe you shave your butthole.
No more of this.
Wait, why not? The people want to know.
They do. Big question is, so you go in, you either will do it or you won't do it. 50-50. Mechanical maths.
But what's great is he doesn't actually have to rely on Vince rolling the 1.
So what's he done? What's he summoned there?
Oh, he has
Cogs.
cast Cox. Chronomatic Cox.
Oh.
That's going to give him +2 on his charges. And Vince was unable to dispel it. Okay. Now, interesting placement there. You need to have a wizard within a certain range in order to manipulate them. I think it's within 6 or 9. No. I believe it's not that close, but it's still pretty close.
So that might indicate to us where he's going.
He's slowing down time.
So for the saves,
lets him re-roll his save and have an extra cast, correct?
Yes. Potentially for a character. So he's also unbound the chalice. He's going to put the chalice on the board as well, which I think is going to be really
That could
interesting.
be very impactful because he can then bring back ghouls here and protect this, which not only helps him protect this objective, but also, again, this terrain piece, which is his scheme, which is Vince's scheme. Do you think he knows that, or is he just really lucking into the fact that
think
Vince
he's
picked a
locking
terrain
in.
piece near an objective.
I also think how many units does each side have left?
Let's
the French
count.
Unit Corps player's got
45.
the French Unit Corps got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units.
But he can bring on 3 more
One unit of flayers. The Slaanesh team has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9?
9.
9.
9.
9.
That actually doesn't make it sound quite as imbalanced.
However, there's 2 Keepers of Secrets, an Infernal Raptress, and an Epitome.
And how many depravity now? 24?
Wait, how many?
Another keeper's worth, I'm sure.
Fuck. But by the way, where he's placed the chalice?
He's cast Unholy Vitality and Ferocious Hunger on the big boy.
Wow.
So we're at with the 5-up DPR and the plus D3 attacks.
So, but you know where he's put the chalice? Exactly where you said he should go.
He might be able, if he puts himself here, even if he's ending up going last, those attacks aren't going to be enough to kill him. He will be able to pile in around and do the damage to the keeper. Plus, this is actually.
Can I say what I think he's going to do?
Yeah.
I think he set himself up here to go in and tank the damage. That's what he's done. He's going to go in, tank the damage, attack twice.
I'm curious to see if he's going to retreat these 2 characters to just sit there, maybe split them so one's over here, one's over there, both within 6. So this isn't, the keeper won't be able to do it alone, but we also have to have this, the Herald come in and do the work also.
And it's that. Oh, I mean the points
that chalice may have been a poorly placed bit. We shall see. But if both of these 2 characters run away, and they stay within 6 of the objective, when the Ghoul King ends up here, even though he's going to be going last, when the Herald on Chariot swings, there's not going to be attacks coming back from the Keeper. And once Bill goes, he's going to get to fight, and the Keeper won't get to fight back, because it's going to be at the end of the combat phase, which would be out of phase.
It's crazy that this is just a free keeper.
Oh, Lord. That is not what I would do.
He's going to tank it.
Is that a good idea? The 5-up DPR is not enough. If that Keeper gets to fight twice,
yeah. So
the Keeper has 8 wounds left.
So, but it also means that he's going to get to choose his activations, right? So if the Keeper decides to attack here, yeah. Oh well. So he's going to be able to swing with the Arc Region,
right?
Before
who's been kicking ass and taking names.
Absolute badass. He's an Arc badass at this stage. Yeah.
Arc ridiculously good at this game.
Yeah, yeah. But there's also the chance of a 1. So he's now sat on the save. Reroll his saves. So he's gone for tanking. That's what he's gone.
It looks like he's spent a CP to bring those boys up on the top of this table.
Okay. So that's exactly what you thought. So he's going if this pays off, by the way, that's going to be an extra 2 points on top of the 2 extra points.
So he would end up with 5 additional points, putting him at 12.
He's going to get all 3 objectives plus 2 bonus points for. Oh no, because he still holds the top.
Yeah, he never actually lost that one.
Well, okay.
So it would be 4 points, putting him at 13.
That's not bad. Because the counter, but he's going to lose this. He just doesn't have enough bodies. He's just having a lot of stuff. But then, so the Chariot can come down here, take this.
Yep.
But then the Keeper can go there, take that. So it's still going to go Vince's way.
Only if he's close enough. If they go fight here, yeah, he can probably get up to there. It's going to be a 7-inch charge or something like that. I just don't see how Vince tanks it out enough unless he wins priority again and gets some really advantageous rolls.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting. I wonder.
I think going over here. Apparent Ghoul King is retreating, but it's not the Arch Regent.
That's good. That's good.
I wonder if going here is going to end up making the difference, because taking out this model as well as the Keeper, as opposed to just taking out the Keeper.
But it was a big risk, because he could just, like we saw earlier.
He could just whiff. But
yeah.
with the. Oh, we forgot about the Screams.
He failed all his screams.
Screams coming in here, and we're going to have Screams coming in there.
I wouldn't have screamed there, though, because otherwise you won't be able to...
Actually, they don't get to scream. They're a 9-inch range, but his is a 10.
Okay, I think that's fine. I don't think he was looking for that. That would have just been a cheeky, nice
just
bonus.
Just one wound to the Keeper.
Yeah, so it's going to be the charge, which is going to be important. Also, if he fails to charge, he's going to have to spend that CP to attack twice.
Crypt players are charging, they fail.
Okay, that's huge.
Charging.
That's huge.
So we've rolled a 9 on a 4-inch charge. It looks like our Ghoul King on Terrorgeist is in.
He's definitely going in.
I would never say that a 9-inch charge is not impressive.
So he's gone the other way.
That's really bizarre.
Very, very odd.
I guess if he can lock up the Blade Singer or the Herald on Chariot,
Yeah.
it's not awful.
It's not awful, but I'm not sure what the result's going to be.
No.
And if you guys have been enjoying this, thank you very much. Also, thank you to Jacob doing the commentary with me. You've been amazing.
Oh,
And also,
it's been a treat.
Thank you to both Colin and Joe. Joe,
Can you retreat
John.
after summoning? I didn't catch the order on that, but I'm pretty sure that Vince is a good enough sportsman that he would let him summon and then retreat, because that would be out of order, but it's such a minimal thing. I'd be very surprised if Vince called him on it.
It's proper minimal, so it's fine.
Yeah, he's a good person.
Yeah. It's it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, show me how it impacts it, and then we'll challenge it, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
See, he's done the charge.
Jared, he's definitely going in. That's what she said.
Look how much Bill is having to think about this piling.
I love watching him deliberate.
Do you think he knows what to do?
His hat's on backwards. You know he means business.
Yeah, but it's also one of those. Oh, he's
Kangol?
staying out of 3.
He may be able to swing in of 3.
So maybe he's looking to do the double. He's looking to kill the keeper, and but he's definitely not near the cogs. Why did he cast cogs?
He cast cogs to give him rerollable armor save.
At that distance?
Don't you manipulate it at the beginning of the turn, and then they get the save until the
So
next
he had
hero
to stand
phase?
near it. But okay, we'll double
I'm
check
not really sure. All the charges are done.
Okay.
We're doing some loci. Here we go.
Here we go. Is it going to be the one?
Big money, big money. Which one's going first? Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Doing the keeper first.
Oh, it's in terrain. Is he going to re-roll
Keeper
it, or is
got
he
it.
going to keep it? Oh. Okay. So the Ghoul
Looks
King on
like the Ghoul
Terrorgeist
King is
is
going
not
last.
going first, which means the Arc Regent, if he's still in combat, is going, right? The Arc Regent is in combat, right?
He is, yeah. The ghouls are not being made to go last.
The Ghouls are not going last.
They're not being made to go last.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. So, here we go. Okay, so
All right. Looks like the first combat, looks like he is thinking he's going to be doing the Arch Regent there.
yeah, that's the only thing he can do, right?
No, he's got the ghouls.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
Ooh,
This is the Arc Regent, I
sassy.
think. Right, and is the Arc Regent going to
All
burn
hit.
through? Oh my God! Right, so
5 wounds.
come on, what's going to happen?
That's pretty solid.
How many saves you got to make, John? Oh, that's not great.
2 saves, so he takes 3 wounds. Looks like he's down to 4, maybe? Do you think he's taken 10, so he's got 4 remaining? Do you think he spends the command point on the Arch Regent?
Oh, that's a big play. No, because
Yeah.
then he can't. Then he can pile an attack with the. Is he going to spend it on the Art Regent? No, he can't risk
we
it.
don't actually. Oh, that Ghoul King is actually, if that's the general, he's got the Griff Feather Charm, which makes him -1 to hit, and he would be striking at normal,
Yes, it's not the general.
not
died,
last.
died
The general
over
already
there.
died. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
It looks like his list is missing an item because he has 2. Oh, Griff Feather Charm and the Gristlegore item. Never mind.
Yeah.
I retract that statement.
So Vince is definitely swinging with the Keeper Secrets.
Heart rate monitor for the Flesh Eater Courts player. Everyone knows that Flesh Eater Courts players don't have hearts, but in this case, we're still rooting for him because
They're emotionally
Slaanesh
devoid of all
is the
feeling.
big bad. Yeah.
That's a
the only
fact.
happiness they get is from destroying the happiness of others.
So swinging now is the Keeper of Secrets.
No, this was the little lady swinging on the ghouls.
Okay, perfect.
3 dead ghouls.
So this Ghoul unit here has died. 3 have gone. That's still not enough for him to claim the objective this
Nope.
turn.
It is not.
It's going to be interesting.
But I think next we have the Keeper coming in.
Oh, this is huge.
Oh, ghouls are going to pile in
Oh,
because he does get to go.
Yeah, he does get to go.
I'm really interested by the choice not to swing with the Arch Regent because even though it was a long shot, the Arch Regent swinging is money in the hand.
yeah.
Right, and you can
It's a
rely on
guarantee
that.
I can do it.
Exactly. There's no guarantee that G-Cod ever gets to swing, even though he's got the after damage save. I think it's actually
the
smart.
Keeper
thing is
Secrets is also super wounded, and they are a lot worse in combat when they're super wounded.
that, and if they do kill that Terrorgeist, he'll get to swing when he dies. from the Gristlegore ability.
That's true. That's true. So, but then, and that means that objective is at least held at that top.
Well, yeah, exactly. So he's still going to be scoring at minimum his 2 points.
I mean, and these flares being up here, by the way, isn't too bad because as long as he gets the priority, Vince in his turn he has to try and commit something because he can't just have
Can't
one.
just leave it there.
Yeah, he can't just leave it there. Otherwise, that objective is going to be gone. Really interesting.
No, I just don't see a way that these 2 objectives remain Bill's when Vince gets to go, because this comes up, this comes over. Maybe he summons some more stuff.
So if the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist is alive, he can just punk the entire Keeper of Secrets, spend a command point, and punk the Chariot.
No wounds dealt by the Keeper.
None.
That is big news.
Whoa, baby.
The Keeper whiffed big time.
So now the Ghoul King on
He's right there up
Terrorgeist
against the a-hole, and he just took a big old whiff.
He did
He
nothing.
got nothing to come out.
So now he's just gonna. Now the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist is gonna party.
Why wouldn't he just spend a command point to fight again?
Who? Oh,
The Keeper of Secrets.
Well, he's only got 6 left. So he wants to be careful. He might run
He's
out.
down to 5. Oh no!
What the hell?
He can count his CPs on one hand. You
Twitch
must be
chat, who
ashamed
do you
of
think is
yourself.
going to win? That's my question. Also, people watching at home, what are your thoughts? This is close.
All attacks on the Ghoul King. Looks like a hit and a wound at Ren 2, I believe.
Maybe we can get a close in of that combat and see how we feel about it. Just some pretty pictures would be sweet potatoes there.
Sweet potatoes?
Yeah, it's just
We call those yams here.
yams.
Yams.
Yams are what we call
Yummy yams.
people from Birmingham.
Is that what you call them?
Yams.
Yams.
Yeah. Oh, you yams. You are.
So we got some more attacks coming in from the Keeper. They're really enjoying something.
They're having a great time over there.
That's good to see, though.
No
That's what
damage
you wanna
again?
see.
No damage again.
Oh, no. And now he's piling in the G-Cot. He just gave him the little spin around. I wonder if he's going to make them...
that's what they're all laughing at. Vince is asking for new dice. Vince is like, I need some new dice, please.
The G-Cot is in there. I wonder if he's going to make the mistake of piling in... Or of splitting his attacks. In this case, I actually don't think it's a mistake because he can fight again, and he owns this objective. He doesn't need to kill that Keeper.
No, but I would.
Of course. Of course he wants to, but he doesn't need to score.
So here we go. Oh my God! Is that all? Is
the
that,
maw
is
is
that
going on the chariot.
Is that 3 6s to hit? That's
That's
just the
a dead
chariot.
Boom! Rolled 3 6s. 6 6 6.
That's offensive. I just saw that from
dildos
here.
everywhere. Just
now,
an explosion of dildos.
Yeah,
and
that was
cacophony of
18
happiness.
mortal wounds straight away. Some new depravity points
right
for
to the face.
for Vince there.
Right, he's still going to get something a lot more.
And
These
now
I assume the claw attacks.
I assume so. Yeah. Realistic.
All on the Keeper.
All on the Keeper, and then I imagine there's going to be some more jaw
baby.
attacks. Is he not even
boy.
going to have to spend the command point?
He may not have to. It also, we got some questions in the chat asking, who should we root for? Obviously, you should root for anyone playing against Feck or Slaanesh. So in this case, you should probably just shut off the stream. There's no winning.
There is.
Shit! That is a dead ass.
See,
Keeper.
this is why the Kumquat is such a dangerous beast. Yeah, he just murders everything it sees.
Got murked.
Yeah, Vince is like,
and he's gonna probably heal up all the wounds he had taken.
Yeah,
because the chalice is right there. God damn.
Oh,
that is exciting.
Lordy.
Oh boy.
That's yeah, and he's
so he's gonna score 2 points.
Talk about a counterpuncher.
Yeah, big time.
Big
time. That was
But he got no extra points for that.
Only on 35 depravity too. So that's only going to be one more hero and another Keeper. And still going to be up to 6 or 7 CP.
Vince is like, stop doing this. I've got Keepers to put down for days.
You're making me work for it, and I really don't appreciate that. Now, we are coming up to time. It's 37 minutes to dice down.
Yes, it is, but they are in the second half of turn 4, so I'm pretty certain they're going to finish it off.
Slaanesh, make sure you always finish.
And then Ethnor says, holy fuck, my confidence is wavering for my Beast Claws.
Joe, you knew you weren't going to be able to play Beast Claw before this. Don't act like it was going to be different. Now, maybe when the new book comes out, it'll be competitive again. I hope it is, because we want you back in the scene.
Let's go, baby. Let's go play with some Warhammer.
Let's get after it.
Let's get.
I want to see these two men just pound each other right now.
Yeah, this is. Let's
and then
get
maybe it'll be Vince's turn to play Warhammer.
on it. Yeah. Well, Vince has actually taken off all of his clothes underneath his shirt. He's just a shirt and and shoes.
Exactly.
Just
exactly.
Absolutely naked, waist down.
You know, I've been a vegetarian since lunch.
He's
naked underneath all his clothes.
Anyway, so we're now into Vince's turn.
It seems like Scrivo's got some Coke or coconut. I'm not sure which one up his nose.
Scrivo's having a tough time on the tabletop.
I don't do cocaine. I just like the way it smells.
Evangelist says, does Vince rub his nipples every time he does mortal wounds? He actually does.
He would be bleeding by now.
Our table boss is not allowed to be the table boss anymore. He finds everything too funny. Not me, I imagine.
No, not more.
No, not more. No.
Nah. So, how does Vince play this? My thinking is, thanks, it came from the deep.
For following us, appreciate
you following. Now act like a man and subscribe.
Woo-hoo!
I'm sorry, that's not the opinions of the Honest Wargamer.
No, it is.
Okay, good.
We call them shit guts.
Don't be a coward. So he's going to go here. He can summon a whole unit along there.
He can summon
He can summon. All he needs to summon is 10 demonettes, though. And then he can also, from there, he doesn't need much more than that.
So he gets 1, 2, that puts him on 9. He'll take this objective, that'll put him on 10.
11.
And then he'll take it, that'll put him on 11. So going into round 4...
It'll be a tie.
It'll be
Bill can basically not come back from.
No, so he can retake this bottom objective.
Sure.
Yeah, which gets him another point back.
So he doesn't kill the
Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, which I don't think he will. So actually, realistically,
he can summon those 10 minutes and another keeper to charge.
Yeah, but okay, you're right. It could happen.
Actually, it looks like he's sort of zoned out because if you look at 9 inches from this unit of ghouls, unless the ghouls die in combat.
Yeah, I mean he can go here and then there. I think is going to be the answer, but he also has to. He also has to deal with those. He has to deal with those flares at the back, which is so. Honestly, if Bill wins the priority, he can get the game.
I agree.
Which is not what we thought 2 turns ago. Massive shout out. Our army is playing on stream. Sorry, they're not.
I can email them to you, Thor and Sig, if you just send me an email. It's at thedwellersbelowpodcast@gmail.com.
But no, they're not for today because I'm afraid we've had too much to do. But the list that potentially will appear on stream tomorrow will be on the website for you tomorrow.
Exactly right.
Yeah?
Yeah. Spencer Miller just subscribed. Thanks, Spencer Miller.
Thanks, baby. So we're very close. Very close.
I'm so close right now. I'm incredibly close.
What's going to happen? What do you... So yeah, he's summoning... he's going to deal with the flares via summoning.
Interesting.
He
still will have to make a 9-inch charge.
He will.
Although I guess if they were 9 inches away, he can then make a barrier here.
I mean, if Vince wins the next priority roll, the whole thing is moot. But if he doesn't, Bill is genuinely got a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
God, I'm so close.
Can have a big love to you.
Don't stop.
If
Just
that's
keep
Darren,
going.
I love you loads.
Just keep going. Darren, thank you for saving my co-host. Thank you for pushing the button to bring it back to life.
What host of Vince's army?
Vince is Invaders.
He is an invader.
Yeah.
Invader?
So I barely even know her.
Not particularly popular in the US as is.
Invaders...
It's more of a European thing.
Yeah, I think Pretenders is further up there.
Yeah, in the European
Here, in the US scene. I don't know much about the European scene. I think Colin's a PN, but I don't know about you.
I've never
been. For those of you in the chat who don't understand, Colin went to go to the bathroom. I think he was.
He can't hear that.
I think he was Russian, actually.
He was
to get over to the bathroom.
He was. That's fine. There's nothing going on.
All right. So I'm curious what other spells and what the movement phase is going to look like here. What would you do if you were Vince?
Can we get an endgame recap saying how many points each player brought to the table? That would have been really interesting if we'd have kept track, but we haven't. So,
no.
But that's great advice for something we can do in the future.
That's a terrific idea.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, brilliant. Also, while we're at it, you can just rewatch this on YouTube, smash like and subscribe, and then just count how many things got summoned.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, we do appreciate it.
Deeply and sincerely. Here we go. Vince is on it.
The Herald has retreated from the combat, and the Keeper is coming in to guarantee the kill.
If it makes the charge.
If it makes the 4-inch charge, that's re-rollable because he's got...
We've seen, it's very, very likely.
I'm being told it's about 3 inches.
So it's super likely.
And apparently it's exactly 3 inches, and also the charge is...
They get +1, don't they, invaders? To charge, yeah,
That's
they do.
a great question.
They do. All right,
You're not going to let me make my dick joke, are you?
Never mind. No, I'm not. I feel like you've hit your quota for today. You've really smashed it on your KPI.
I'm always going for it. There's always time for more. Okay, the invaders. No, they don't. They don't innately get +1 to charge.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, Ethnor, thank you for
Oh,
subscribing.
thanks, Joe Urban. I love you, bud. And Tor.
Thanks, Joe Urban.
It's my buddy.
I've met Joe.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
I don't know. Have
At
you?
Warhammer World, he was there.
That's right. He was there.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. He had ogres.
I wonder if Speckles remembers having a beer with him.
I really like that guy.
Oh, the summoning phase coming up now.
Here we go. So what did he move? He moved the Keeper here to attack these ghouls.
He
By the way,
brought
those ghouls have held on for
And
dear life.
he moved the Epitome up. And it looks like...
No, the Enrapturous. But yeah.
Oh, you're right. The Enrapturous. And then where did his Herald go? Oh, the Herald's over here. So he can summon out here. Or...
So here we go. The add extra models to the game phase.
Looks like Vince has left the table. He's going to dig into his satchel to bring out more models. I think like a true champion, he's not actually trying to play the same models as different summons. He wants to bring on more.
Oh, Slantastic. Thanks for subscribing. Slantastic, one of your countrymen down in Texas.
Oh, fucking Texas.
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 How's the little one, Slantastic?
Thanks a bunch, Slantastic.
Quick move his models around.
That would be a really clever play.
That would be a
Although
big play.
it is being recorded and watched by 90 people, so maybe not the best time to be surreptitious. Oh, we have Vince returning. It looks like he's bringing on another chariot.
I've also never seen him move quite so fast. The win
He's a
condition.
spry little fucker.
The win condition for both armies is that Bill has to win the next priority roll.
Right.
Yeah,
and then have more points at the end of the game.
That's true, but no, he has to do it. If he doesn't, it's just over. He still then has to be able to take this objective here, which is huge.
Agreed. It depends on what's happening in summoning from this Enrapturous.
So we've seen a chariot go down there again.
I believe the chariot's around 20-ish summoning points.
And how many points did we have to summon and put on the board?
95,000. No, I believe it was actually 37, if I remember
That's actually
correctly.
a lot less than you normally see 95,000. Session armies normally have like 4 or 5
Couple
quadrillion.
K? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Quadrillion.
Quadrillion. Not
But
even
we
a real
were at
number.
37, and I believe that chariot, depending on which version of the chariot it was somewhere between 12 and 18.
It's kind of like asking for chrome on your car, right? Or like heated floor seats.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, which version?
You got to
of that?
find exhibits so you can pimp your ride because the one you actually picked wasn't great. Oh, thanks, Hawkeye. Appreciate you cheering for us.
Thanks for donating 100 bits. That's awesome of you. You're such a babe.
It's not that big a deal. It's just a bit. No, we appreciate it. I'm just kidding.
It's 100 bits. Doing great, thanks. Slaanesh is broke. That's fantastic. He's a Seraphon player.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Did well. I was also at Adepticon. You met him.
Is it Al?
No.
Oh.
His name's Jeremy.
Jeremy. I believe you. Okay. I need a last name and a face.
Okay, no props.
And a phone number.
So this charge is going
both the summoned units, so one there and one over here. Oh, is that a keeper? Or is that the other heralds on Secret Chariot?
we need to see what that unit in the top right-hand corner is, please. Or just be told by our table boss. So
or
that's
did he
here.
summon two? Oh. No, they're both Secret Chariots.
So 2 Secret Chariots have gone down,
Yep.
looking to wipe out those flares. If that charge comes off, then it looks like Bill could be in a really tough spot.
But if the charge fails, these Seekers can come over here and just shout and claim that objective.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squizzles.
Squeezy. Although, If they do that and the chariot, and then on the priority roll, the chariot will take it back and get the bonus point.
So it'd be a wash.
But it's still neutral.
It is.
It's still neutral.
Which is, in this case, good for Bill because he has to stall out.
Yeah, he does have to stall out because he
On
does.
points, not on time.
Yeah.
We would never encourage that. Only takes 26 minutes, Bill. Only 26 minutes.
Oh my God, Bill, you've got to do it.
Decide you have to take a pee break and a smoke break and a masturbation break.
Right now.
And you're really picky
There
about-
we go. He's just putting extra bodies on the board,
There it is.
making sure they're outside the way. So there's some more seekers.
What I'm confused about in that choice is why he put them so far from that objective. Why would you not put them over here?
Because they're not within range, maybe.
Of this hero, that doesn't seem right.
Oh, that's a good point. He could have put them. He could have taken them there,
Yeah.
put them there. I mean, he's rushing. He's just had to go and get it. He knows he hasn't much time, so you're not being able to be quite so considered.
I wonder what he's rolling. This is fun.
Yeah, we're finding out potentially deadly. Who knows? Oh, some shooting. What unit is?
the
table
Interruptors
boss?
can shoot.
Oh, the Raptors can
with
shoot.
her-
So that's
with
here,
her harp. Agreed.
over there, and it did nothing.
And next we've got the Keeper just made a charge.
Into
Keeper
the
just made a
ghouls,
charge
so
into
that
the
bottom
ghouls.
objective is going to be turned over to Slaanesh.
So
This
they
is
fucked
so
on that.
tense.
That's a 10-inch charge looking like that. Looks like that.
Well, this
Chariot's
has
gonna
gone all
get
sorts
in.
of funky for us right now.
Oh, I wonder. They're
Thank you
measuring
so much.
some vertical distance. Oh, thanks, Harlequin.
Thanks for
DM500.
stalking us.
Appreciate that. Now be a real. Oh, so we've got a charge into the Archregent there from the.
From the, I
The
mean, that's
chariot.
big.
And those impact hits are big.
Yes, because then he can go in and then also hit the Ghoul King as well. No.
Right.
Yeah, Ghoul King.
The
The Abhorrent Ghoul King. So effectively, just deciding to avoid the
forcing
G-cart.
forcing the issue. Made the 9-inch charge with the other chariot too.
Wow,
Spent
at the top,
spent the command point, and the Seekers I believe are going to charge also.
and that's huge.
And they got an 11.
Yeah,
They're
they're
in
in.
there
This
like
is-
swimwear.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is game.
I believe it is game.
That's game.
There would have to be some serious whiffs going on in order for this not.
No, it's
to
just
be
it's just not possible because you lose the objective here, you lose the objective here. So that is 4 points that go on now. That takes you to 11. You hold that, so that's two
it's more than 4 points. It's 4 points plus the 2 bonus, so we're looking at 6.
Yeah, so
So
it's huge.
13.
So that's the win.
It's just not going to be doable for.
So that's another.
for Bill.
That's like another 400 points at least put on the board to win
Minimum.
the game.
Yeah.
So I think
we're up to 3,300
So
at this
big
point.
shout out to
minimum.
Bill for playing against a 3,200 point army. Yeah.
I didn't realize that was in the pack. That's on me. I should have read it.
This is Mr. Vince Ventrella of Warhammer Weekly himself, showing that he is crushing it.
Absolutely.
As it's not a sad end.
No matter who won, the other guy was going to be the bad guy.
Well, they're both the bad guys in this situation.
Really, all we know here is that the general AOS meta is the loser of this game.
Every time until they fix this. Yeah, so
They're rolling the low side right now.
okay.
The ghouls are striking normally because the keeper rolled a 1. Who gives a shit? It's a keeper against 4 ghouls. Sorry, I care so much about this game. Do we have any reporters we can talk to now? I'm going to start crying.
Oh, because the game's over. I mean, it was.
It was super entertaining. I'm just
It
being a
was
dick.
really. No, I agree with you. And then the 9-inch charges, while more likely with a reroll, are still not guaranteed.
No, with a reroll, it's still only around 49 or 50%.
Yeah,
chance.
so it's very, very close.
And if you do it, it's a 50% chance.
Come on, Vince. Reflex dog training painting. Really excited about that. We might have an infield reporter if you find someone to talk to in the field.
Nope, looks like the field is empty. There's
field is
nothing.
indeed
There's
empty.
nothing in the field but grass.
No, everyone is. I mean, there's Jake LeCure there. I think he won another game.
I assume he did, but I really don't know. I didn't get it. I didn't
Daughters
get
of
much of a view
Cain again.
against Korn.
Potentially against Korn. I think he got the win.
Jake's a real good player.
Yeah. Came to win.
He's
Daughters of Cain
a
on
smart
3-0.
fella.
It's pretty big.
Fun fact: I'm undefeated against Jake LeCour. Sweet
Oh.
guy, but I'm undefeated against him.
Okay, same. Me too.
Yeah.
He's never beaten me.
Have you played him?
Never.
Oh, I have.
Oh, okay.
The top left chariot is going to be going first against that Archregent.
The unit of the art. So just here,
Yeah.
fighting in, and that is going to be a dead Archregent. Although he's a badass.
He is.
Can we just talk about the fact? What if he tanks it and then just batters it back?
I would.
I
Probably,
would cheer.
I would have to change my underwear.
Also, the Flayers could live.
The Flayers could live.
The Flayers could live, and if they can,
And
they
if they
can
can, they can
retreat.
retreat and claim the objective. That's the one thing I'm thinking about.
That's the thing that can happen.
But then it'll get taken back from them. Is the thing? It'll be a neutral point change.
Yeah, but
The Archregent took 3 wounds.
he's not dead.
He is not yet dead. He is yet dead.
Oh, the badass!
Pour some out for the honey badger.
Oh, badass! He was such a gangster.
He was almost the game.
Yeah, he took Aleski to the face and was like, "Fuck
Yep.
you."
And then also took the keeper to the face. And was like, I don't care.
I don't care. I'll
Fine.
do some wounds back. That's not an issue.
I'll stand here long enough for my friend to come over and beat the shit out of you. Yeah, my dad, when he fights you, he's gonna beat the shit out of you.
My dad's gonna fuck you the fuck up. And then so that's sad. I'm pouring out for that guy. R.I.P. the
Anyways,
honey badger.
Coach, I need you to stop rooting for Vince. Vince is clearly the bad guy here.
He's clearly the bad guy.
I understand that he's your friend, and we all love Vince. He's a dear friend. If you catch the interview from earlier, clearly he and I have a lot more than friendship going on. But I can't root for him in this game.
It's sad.
He's the overdog. You got to root for the underdog.
The underdog.
Exactly.
Real close. This real close.
It's a
but
nail-biter.
it's
Through
now
and through.
over.
But it's over.
Well, no.
now.
So actually, that's not true. He's not going to claim that top objective because there's still the Ghoul King. The Ghoul King is still the top.
True.
That top left-hand
Ghoul King is
objective.
alive.
Ghoul King is alive, so he's not going to take that.
Nope.
Now this Keeper of Secrets just has to not kill 4 ghouls.
It's gonna kill 4 goals.
You never know. He could be a cool
Okay,
guy.
so are we operating in reality or in fantasy?
No, there is
Because I'm pretty sure GW killed fantasy.
there's always a statistical
With
chance,
with
Jacob.
the Slaanesh book.
You don't understand.
What? I said GW killed fantasy by just ruining everything with the Slaanesh book.
They did.
I think he got it, ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
not that it's uninteractive. It's really uninteractive.
Right.
That's
You know what I would love to see? An actual draw here.
a draw.
Yeah, it's like kissing your sister. You basically lost. I mean, down here it's an acceptable practice. Yep, ghouls are dead. I told you so.
The ghouls died.
Shocker.
No way. Okay, so that's
Shock
definitely
and
going to be a
awe.
2-point swing. Yeah, so that's 5 on the board. So that's going to take it to 11 to 12.
That's
So it's going to be 12
no,
here.
it's not going to be. It's going to be 4. 1,
1,
2,
2, 3, 4.
3,
Oh,
4.
11 to 11.
So it's going to be tied going into the last round. But
Very,
I don't
very-
see how Bill can get enough points and hold off what Vince will get in the final.
Depends what happens to those flares at the
You're
top.
right. Astute observation,
Well,
co-conspirator. Very astute.
there's no way for him to win because he's only got the one. It's just because the fact
Not
the
with
guy
that
put on
attitude.
the guy just kept putting on more units on the board.
Only 1 damage dealt to the chariot.
But the Ghoul King is still alive, not the
Correct.
Archregent, but the Ghoul King.
The Ghoul King and the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist.
Oh dear me. Oh dear.
A draw would be a win for all other factions, yes, because that's 2 players that are not in the running anymore.
We can actually see from our vantage point the other armies that are competing to potentially win. And it looks like there's at least another Flesh Eater Courts army and a Daughters of Cain army.
It looks like 2 Flesh Eater. There's a Fire Slayers, a Daughters.
But we will, at the beginning of tomorrow, we will bring you the roundup or the start of who potentially is in it for the win. The
Yeah.
top factions available for the victory.
It also really depends on schemes. We've got a dead Crypt Flare, so there's 2 remaining.
That's enough. If that,
The
or it
question
depends.
is who fought and who did that damage. I
Okay.
assume it was the Hellstrider Rider or the big guy on
The chariot.
chariot. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm assuming too. But then the health. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and there's the pile-in from the Hellseekers.
Hashtag awkward at this stage.
If you were playing Iron Jaws and you told the guy that you banged his girlfriend, would you say that would be awkward?
Yeah. Yeah. I would. I think he'd be wildly annoyed at me.
He'd be wildly annoyed at you.
Wildly annoyed.
I mean, look, you just give him a compliment. You say like, "Look, she was so beautiful. I was Ard boy the whole time."
Yeah. But then he'll be like, "That's a bit brutish of you," and I'm like, "I apologize."
Also, by the way, she was quite a grunter.
Yeah, which is fine because I just have a weird knob.
Oh man, you're such a fun guy.
That's cross faction. That doesn't count.
Fuck. I quit.
Oh, dear me.
What a good time.
Rob, did you talk about KO table everyone at CCBB? I did. KO did table everyone at CCBB. They won the event. There's an interview going up from
CCBB
Alex.
is cock, butt.
There's
down to one Crypt Flare.
Capital City bloodbath.
One Crypt Flare remaining.
Not enough to hold that top objective.
Not enough, and
Not
now
enough.
it is game.
That is indeed the game.
Oh, but it is 15 minutes. If they run out of time and they don't come to a gentlemanly accord about how the final round shakes out.
Well, because we're in the south, they have to go outside and fight with pistols to the death. Is that correct?
Not pistols, no. Automatic submachine guns. loaded.
Totally safe.
Loaded with Jesus bullets. Who are also screwing their sister. I don't know. Maybe we're taking this joke too far.
Yeah. So, unfortunately...
Looks like Slaanesh is only down to 8 CP now. The priority is going to be pretty interesting
Jacob,
here.
I can't handle how many CP they have and how many extra models they get. Like, I can't fucking talk about it. Like, they have to fix it. I can't go and do, 4 back-to-back Age of Sigmar events where I have to talk about
People
this.
were asking us why we didn't put Slaanesh on the stream before now. This is why.
This is why it fucking sucks.
I think we also missed our chance to have anything but Feck or Slaanesh on the stream.
Yeah, we fucked ourselves.
We're not going to get Korn. Maybe that Fire Slayers guy won his game, if we're lucky.
I hope so. Well, is that? Can we see Fire Slayers from here? Yeah, we can. Hey, Fire Slayers guy, did you win your game? Ask him, John.
His name is Nick.
Mick.
Nick Conway.
Oh, Nick Conley. It was a fucking tie, Jacob. We missed a tie. Why the fuck did we not check that out?
Did you achieve your scheme?
Did you achieve your scheme?
So he's actually still in pretty good standing.
Okay,
He
you
may
could
be able to
potentially
get
still
something
win.
that's not
So
Slaanesh
Fire
on
Slayers
the-
guy tied.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right, did we miss priority, or are we about to hit that?
Priority is happening right now.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Vince has
Vince-
lost the priority.
Vince has lost
so
the priority.
Bill is going to get to go.
But it's currently a draw. It's a nail-biting draw. It's 3,500 points for Vince versus Bill's 2,200 points. That's all it is.
So take a look at this. If Bill comes down here and can win this combat, and is that? Yeah, it's sketchy because he would have to then take this and maintain this for a turn and a half, or for basically 2 combat phases. He would score 3 points. And if Vince was unable to take this off him, he would only score 2 points, which would then come to a win for Bill.
So what you're looking for
He's got to
is...
swing for the
What you're
fucking
looking for
fences.
is a Ghoul King on... a Ghoul King, a meager Ghoul King. And how many wounds has that Ghoul King got left by the chariot, John? Let's find out there. John.
Great question.
How many wounds has the Ghoul King next to the chariot on that objective got left? Let's find that out. There's some hot gossip there.
I really hope it goes to time. In 13 minutes, we call it a draw. He's unwounded. Now,
Just stay in combat. Because the charges are what do the damage, right?
do they also grind? I don't know which version of the chariot is, because some of them do damage at the beginning of the combat phase as well.
Okay, we'll find that out. Oh, no, we'll let the guys play their game. But I'd stay in combat. Take the Ghoul King on Terror Guys. Go down. Punk the Keeper. And just hope.
Or charge here, go like that, kill, pile in.
Oh, my God.
2 spells on the zombie dragon, or on the Terrorgeist, as usual.
Why would you not have put it on the character that's holding the objective?
The spells, like the DPR on the plus 3 attacks?
5+. Like it doesn't mean.
Because if he can't take this, he can't win anyway.
Okay, all right. So this is.
It's damned if you do and damned if you don't.
But the damn terrain's actually here.
Oh, you're right.
Also, if he kills the keeper at the bottom, that stops Vince from getting his secret triumph hoodwink
Yes, or
shenanigan.
if he even gets this model and survives here. But I believe Vince is going to be canny enough to bring that Herald down. Oh, if he brings the Herald down, he can achieve his scheme. If he goes up, he can outnumber and win. But he also has 1 million summoning points.
It's a Sophie's choice. How many points of summoning has he got left? No, because he put quite a lot out.
He did put out quite a
and
lot.
Flares. I don't think he's got
He's
any
only
points.
got 4 left, but depending on how the fight with the Keeper goes here, those 2 could generate a bunch of depravity.
Whoa, my God.
This is hot. Quicksilver Swords have moved away.
So close. So close. So yeah. Oh yeah. Quicksilver swords as well.
Yep.
Vince gets to move him because he hasn't actually won a priority since
Right.
the very first round. Battle round 1 into 2. He won the
As
priority.
it should be. That's what he gets for taking the priority when you said he shouldn't.
Agreed.
Should have taken your advice.
There we go. Everyone who's watching live, what do you guys think?
Retreating the Ghoul King. I wonder if he's going to put it in terrain to give it a one better save.
You're right. He has.
Yep, he's in terrain now, so he's safe and
Still-
still within 6.
He's still in.
But if he moves
He could.
into the nullification
could-
terrain, which blocks off any summoning from this herald.
Nice. He
Very
also.
canny.
He also. He could also do a scream. He
Yeah.
could also do a scream into that objective. Into the mask. The herald, and kill the herald that way.
The herald's going to be bravery 10
So not
because
going to
it's a
kill him.
demon.
You're right. You're right. Thank you. Thank you, Jacob.
Ghouls behind the building. Where are the... I didn't
Wh-
know we had ghouls.
When were the ghouls?
Where did these ghouls
What
come
the
from? How many
fuck?
were even left?
What the?
What?
What ghouls?
3 ghouls.
3 ghouls. Where did they come from?
Game changer.
Where did they go? Where did
Where
they
did you
come from?
Where did you go? Where did you come from, little ghoul go? Hey man, it ain't a hot night, no. I've been waiting from a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, little ghoul bro? Not, no.
Can that Ghoul King kill that? Oh, he's charged.
He's charged in. Can Vince roll the one to
Oh, here
lose
we go.
the
Here we
game?
go. Is it gonna?
Because Flesh Eater Courts does have a CP to spend on a double attack.
Yeah, he does. He does. Can he also survive that combat? How many wounds is that? Keeper of Secrets taking on the bottom, please.
I believe
Table
they're
boss.
both freshies.
Oh no, there's a wound marker
He's
here.
taken 1.
He's taken 1.
She's taken 1.
Oh, that's a 6. That's the opposite
I think
of a 1.
that's the 6. The glare is pretty bright there.
That's the opposite of the 1.
So on a 6, does it go last twice now?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Vince can afford to spend the CP to make his Keeper of Secrets go
I don't
twice.
know if he has enough.
I don't know if he has enough. He's only got 8 left.
It takes him 48 to go twice. All right. Oh, so there's some attacks going on from Bill. Who's Bill attacking with? And who's Bill attacking?
So he's at the top here,
Oh, sure.
into the
No,
chariot.
he retreated. Who's
Oh,
Bill attacking
okay.
with?
Flair at the top. Let's find out from our
Flair's
table boss.
dead. Did Vince with the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist? It looks like the keeper must have failed his. He rolled a 1 on the locust. That
What?
was a 1 on the locust.
What the hell?
It was
What, this combat down
reflected.
here?
Yes, that Ghoul King is about to.
Oh,
It's gone!
Oh my god!
Oh no!
What the fuck?
I think we broke Bill.
Bill's doing so
He
good.
does not like our intensity.
No, he's
Sorry, Bill.
sorry, Bill. Apologies, Bill.
I apologize for nothing. When you watch this back, stand up with your enormous
Yeah,
boner like
yeah.
a champ.
Yeah, you
and
might
be
think
proud.
you've lost, but that's it. Oh my god, this is so fucking close. There we go. So that means it's a switch.
Bottom 5. We're
But
looking
wait,
at.
what about the
14
character at the top of it? Oh, he's going to spend the CP if that's within 6 inches. But then he can't.
He's got the ghouls down there.
He's got the ghouls.
He's got the ghouls.
He's got the ghouls.
Oh no! They're not in range.
Oh.
Where are the ghouls? Oh no, he's out of range. He can't pile in.
Oh, he can't pile in an attack.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
He's still getting 3 points. How does Vince get this back?
So, because Vince gets it back by just moving that model there.
Oh, and a ghoul was grown back
Oh, nice.
because the chalice.
Okay, nice.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. This
Only
is
1? I thought he did a bunch of wounds to the keeper. You roll every wound dealt. It's a 4-up.
that's fine.
Maybe,
No,
it's
maybe
every model
or
removed.
maybe he just
I
didn't do
thought it was
better.
every wound dealt. Anyway, very exciting stuff.
Very exciting
Sorry
stuff.
for breaking all of your ears in the chat.
Yeah, we apologize. Well, this should have done that. It should have saved them, but it
Yeah.
might not have saved them.
All right, Vince's turn. What can he
Vince,
pull off?
what can you Vince? So that's a flip there on
Oh,
that.
we've got the color wrong here, but that should be red on the bottom.
Red on the bottom
It should be
left-hand corner.
14 to 11.
Table boss has sorted that out. Yeah, 14 to 11 now. Very
Now, if Vince takes this top one, he will score 4 and win the game.
yes, and all he has to do, I think, is move this one model there.
Fuck.
That's it. Which is a bit anticlimactic, but
It's a lot anticlimactic.
he could have just
well, even if he couldn't, he might be able to be summoning some things to charge in. But if he moves that, he loses his scheme.
Yeah, he does lose his scheme, which could
But,
affect whether or not he wins the tournament.
Oh my God!
It is fucking tense.
It's every model that's killed.
Use command point if he has any. It's every model that does on a 4+. Thank you, Canhammer TV. Love you so much forever. Thank you for restarting my heart.
Love you forever, because literally his forever would be over already.
Yeah. You are my forever child.
So moving around.
So
maybe
to charge.
Summon, no,
to charge.
It's in the.
Oh, so he's looking to summon
10 demonettes and claim the objective.
and
for
then winning
the game.
Then winning the game.
To
Look at
save
him.
time,
That's
he's
his
not
face.
bringing the models
That's
out.
his face.
Because we are 6 minutes.
In
Ooh.
my ear. I hear him now going, "No time.
Did you just see that little snip snap?
What?
There was like a little snip snap. I'm really curious
Who
what that
snip
was.
snapped?
Vince was snapping at somebody. I'm not
He's
sure
like,
what.
don't do that. I'm going to
That's
just win the
interesting.
game. End of conversation. They don't have long left, and then the terrain maker is giving him shit
Yeah.
on the tabletop.
Yeah.
It's so
that's
tense.
really interesting.
So tense.
Drama.
Yeah, Bill is
Hot
furious.
drama.
Furious right now. Lava.
Who's furious?
Bill, right now.
Bill. Yeah, Bill doesn't look too happy.
No, he does not. It probably that might be the angriest I've seen a person. It's all repressed. Like on the outside, he looks really calm and nice.
Sure, because
But-
it's a very tight game.
Yeah, this is I'm looking at his aura. Is what I'm seeing. His aura is furious.
Yeah.
So this game has been.
It's a very hype game. I think we may have brought too much attention to it. I apologize for nothing, Bill.
So we're just holding that objective in the bottom there. There we go. We got that changed up.
And that's going to be the game, because Vince will score 4 points.
That is. We might be able to get to interviews with them, because that'd be exciting.
You go ahead. I don't want to get any part of that. I
Why?
might ask the wrong question and end up having someone talk about Brexit.
No, both of those guys are fine. I think. Yeah, they
Vince
are.
looks stressed as hell. Look at him. He's like, he needs
He's
to
done.
smoke.
He's just done.
What a party. Gosh. Vince is going to take it. He's going to get the 4 points, and that's going to be 15-14 in Vince's favor.
There's the handshake. Congratulations.
Wow. Congratulations, gentlemen. What a game.
What a fantastic
terrific
game. 15-14. Yeah, you can come back to us now. You can take that off if you want.
Outstanding.
That is incredible work. This is
Wow.
us.
I am spent. I don't think I could go another round if I tried.
I am tired, but that was amazing.
I need a smoke and probably an STD test and a plan B.
It came down to 1 point. It came down to one model running. Oh, no, it didn't.
Rolling
It
a
came down
1.
to the summoning.
The summoning. Yep.
But I got to say, Bill fought his fucking heart out.
He absolutely did. He was a true champion.
So it was a winner
I don't
for...
think there was anything else he could have done better. It was so tight.
It was super good.
So tight.
Yeah, if you go back and watch that game, just tell us what you think. And if you are watching it now, let us know. Jacob, you've been amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. I've had a really good time. Do you think that him charging the Exalted Chariot instead of the Keeper, because he did well fighting the Keeper and killing it, but killing both of those in a turn instead of only killing the Keeper that turn would have made the difference he needed?
Well, it also allowed there to be more summoning on the board as well.
Exactly.
Which is important. He also could have put the flayers down earlier as well. He could have put the flayers down earlier. But who knows? I just want to say a special shout out to our table boss, Mr. John Scrivens.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Colin,
John. Thank you, Colin.
our command station
Killing
commander.
it on the computer, absolutely.
What an angel. What an
Murking
angel.
fools like he's playing Dota in Nebraska.
He is right now. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching live or has watched back.
Absolutely. Smash like and subscribe.
All day long. We're here tomorrow to find out who wins Nashcon.
Nashcon 2019.
Tennessee Age of Sigmar
The
tournament.
premier tournament in the Southeast USA.
Exactly.
And we're going to be coming at you live tomorrow at 9:15 in the morning Central Standard Time, which is going to be 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, which is also going to be 3:15 British Standard Time. British Summer Time, I'm sorry.
And if you're in Australia, who cares?
It's going to be in January.
Yeah. You guys have been amazing. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on the Twitch chat for the Nail Blighter. Thank you for just everything. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you, and
We're out!
goodbye.